Guys, house hunting is exhausting. Absolutely exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's weird because you go into a house and you have like 30 minutes to decide. You're like speed dating. You have 30 minutes to decide if you want to spend the rest of, I don't know, however long, and $250,000 on this house. It's very high pressure. It's very high pressure.
Thanks, pilot.
Yeah, we got flight sim going on back there.
Sorry. I
It's
live under an airport.
I don't know how you guys did it. Every single one. Most of you guys own houses. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's
John,
the
is it-
freaking worst.
Is it hard in Canada to buy a house?
Oh, yeah, very hard.
You just gotta make. You just they ask you going in, like, do you want one with a lot of kids under it or not under?
Jesus Christ!
Wow. This
Oh my
Can
lord.
you fucking imagine what's going on, Joel? No, it's you go in with your highest ask. There's no bidding this, bidding that. It's here's your highest offer. That's it, and you find out, it within an hour.
Yeah.
And you know what's tough? That first off, that's amazing because those motherfuckers. I put an offer on Friday on a house. We didn't get it, unfortunately. But they're like, we're gonna wait till Sunday night, Monday morning. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I saw this house today. I was like, dang, this is a beautiful house. And then Victoria, when we're walking out, like our 30 minutes, she's like, wait, where's the back door to the house? It's in the fucking master bedroom. What a fucking.
Oh,
What
yeah,
a
love to
niggas.
hear.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
You got a billion toys.
You brought in the adult collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
Shall we lock in the artillery power?
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
Oh, fuck, I'm in.
Jesus Christ.
I was making fun of him and I fucking forgot.
I'm Usby. I'm
Continue.
Marco.
Oh, I'm
Jesus.
Sean.
I'm Eddie. I'm John. I'm
Christ.
Jesus. Let's try again.
All right,
Zach, take it from the
screw me
top.
up,
From
man.
the top. You guys, that was the worst thing I've ever
Hey,
seen.
hey, this is my
Alright,
first time
everyone,
here. I don't
guys.
know what order to
I
go
felt
in.
bad because I was mute and I brushed it and muted. Damn.
Oh my god.
I was like, look at this idiot.
All right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2. Dean, count me on. I need a good old fashioned CW count. We haven't done this in 100 episodes. Let's do it.
4, 3.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Eddie.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Marco.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. We want to thank our sponsor for sponsoring tonight's episode. That's 16 Corner. Guys, don't forget, go to 16 Corner and use code CW10. That's code CW10 for 10% off all in-stock items right now while we're recording.
We have a great show tonight, and we're going to talk about 1/1.5 Hot Toys, a little bit of drama with that, and we're also going to talk about our saved searches. So on eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, whatever you guys have. Dean, before we get into that, there's a very special segment that we start all our shows out with.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yes.
It's new this week.
Yeah. What'd you get to this week? I just got some comics, some cards. We went over them last night on unboxing. If you guys did not see that, make sure you go check that video out. It's cool. Rainer did the premium format Cara Dune with John, and that was pretty amazing. Statue, actually.
Definitely.
But what about you guys?
Well, I got in my second MYC piece this past week on Friday. I got the Republic Commando Trooper. So it's pretty badass. We did an unboxing for it Friday, and we And then I showed pictures of it again on some streams after that. But it's cool, man. I like it a lot. It has a light up feature, multiple switch outs, pretty big footprint too. Wasn't expecting that. I don't know the exact measurements, but it's a pretty good size base. Overall, I'm very happy with the paint and everything. The only issue with it that I have is the droid. I'm not a huge fan of the way they painted the droid. It's a little lackluster to me, but everything else is amazing. So if I had to rate it, I'd give it maybe like an 8 out of 10 just because of the droid, but it's a pretty damn good piece. Definitely very happy with it. So I think I'm going to keep it. Yeah, what's up, Dean?
So when you were showing off the sculpts on the unboxing, the visor is blue, very clearly painted blue.
Yeah.
But in the pictures, it comes off like green. Does it look like that in person, or is it just like the way it takes photos?
When the light isn't on, it's blue. When the light is on, it's more of like that. What is that? A teal?
Turquoise-ish? Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Dude, it looks fucking clean, bro.
Because I guess I don't know which one's more accurate, but I guess they had like some people complaining during the making of it that the light was too blue, so they did it a little more of this green color. But yeah, that's they painted the actual visor, so that's why it's blue too. It's not just like a clear visor. So I would like for it to be that teal color all the time, but it's still cool having it light up that way.
That's badass, dude. I'm super gel. And there's only
Eddie,
80 of these?
Yeah, man.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
This was a customer project on top of a custom, so it's like when they have to get a group of people outside of the custom group just to like get enough people to go ahead with it, and I guess they met their requirements.
Wow. I know the last one statue they had, the chopper came damaged. This one was everything all right with it?
Yeah, this one's 100%, no issues at all. Packaged really well. I think that the chopper they shipped it with the legs attached, which I think was not a good idea. They should have done like a pegging magnet system. No.
Wow.
Careful.
Whoa.
Yeah. Jesus
Pause.
Christ. Sounds like Marco's Tuesday.
It's Wednesdays, just so we're clear.
Wow. Get that Baldo going. I like
came out
it.
good.
Congratulations. This is quarter scale, right?
Yeah, and it's huge.
Big boy, dude. That's fucking congratulations, bro. That is amazing.
Thanks.
Useby, you got some really cool stuff. What'd you get?
Yeah, kind of a mixed bag of stuff. Slow few weeks for figures, I guess, because of nothing really shipping. So I got the squad leader in. Finally, I'm a sucker for stormtroopers with pauldrons. So I already have the sand trooper and also the one from Rogue One with the orange pauldron. But I don't know, make it a threesome. So that works for me. I have not opened it yet, so I can't. I don't know how the figure actually is, but maybe I'll do that on a future unboxing here with John. So, but as far as everybody's kind of new passion, I definitely dived back in and got some of my childhood books. So, I already had a sort of some of the original Jim Lee X-Men, his the 90s line that he did, the volume 2. So, I already had all the number 1 covers and 4 and 5. So I picked up the issues I didn't have. So this is 6 and 3. They're kind of out. That's 6 and 3. And then the other slides, I got the rest of them 1 through. So now I have 1 through 10. They're all near mint plus. So those are definitely going to be candidates that I send in. So yeah, super stoked for these. It's definitely reliving my childhood. So I'm happy about these.
Are these books expensive or are they more nostalgic?
No, these are more nostalgic. These are about like these near mint plus ones are like $12 to $15 a piece.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, really the only expensive one is like 4 and 5. 4 I think is the first appearance of Omega Red, so that one's gonna run you a bit. But all these other ones they're not necessarily keys. They're just cool issues, especially number 7 there. Just as a cool ass cover. This one, Omega Red and Wolverine. So
yeah, I was gonna say I like that cover a lot, and then I like the Ghost Rider cover.
Yeah.
Dude, Sean broke my heart the other day.
what happened.
Because he said he's gonna submit this month. So I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, when exactly are you gonna submit?" Because I'm just getting my books in the mail. He's like, "Oh, dude, I already submitted." I was like, "Bro,
how dare you, Sean?"
And then like 20 minutes later, he's like, "Oh, I was just kidding about that, by the way." I was like, "Dude, I was writing your name in my book, bro."
I know. I could hear the pencils going down, and I was just like, "Oh shit, I gotta come
on the
clean."
shit list.
Yeah.
Let's check in with the chat. We got Toy Mafia, Tukatri, Ben Thomas, our sweet moderator. We got Luke, Absolute Irwin. We also have Cuervo, Boogie Manny. I think. Oh, I don't. Never mind. John Ortiz, Vane21. What's up, Vane? We also have CC. Zach, I'm going through something similar. I feel you. What an angel. Danny Lee, Eddie Arrow Maestro, Badfish says, just look for smoke damage. Check the cupboards, smell or anything like that. Of course. We got Paul Schreiber. We also have John Ortiz, David Jones. Who else do we got? Sweet Mark Pearson. Shout out to Mark. Came in on D&D. Fucking crushed it, bro. Fucking crushed it. We also have Brenton, Ninja Squirrel, CW Panel and Chat. What up, people? Danny says, my Govanen. We also have the sweet Equan and Gigi. Tabitha Spark says, what up, Dino Might? Wow, you can get some fanfare there. David Jones, Big Fern, Doc Smizzle.
My friend Tabitha is going to start her own podcast soon, and I invited her to come check out how we do it.
Wow, doing it big in the big city. What up, Lane Kramer? I had such a fun new this week. I bought this book back in October and had it for, I think, like literally all of a week before I sent it to Danny to get graded.
Bro. And
I have never seen a slab look so fucking good. Like, it's a 9.6, obviously. I can kind of see...
It's really, really pretty.
Yeah, I can kind of see, like, a small scuff on the cover. I think that's what did me in. Would have been over the moon with a 9. So getting a 9.6, I'm not complaining in the slightest. But
yeah, because
man,
we were thinking, what, 9.4?
9.4 at the best case scenario. More
right,
like a 8 or a 9.
It's fucking beautiful, bro.
Dude, under the LEDs, fuck this book. Honestly, I'll be completely honest. We get a lot of stuff with what we do, and like we see a lot of stuff. This is like the most like excited I've ever been to open up a package, and to like have it in hand. It was absolutely surreal. So big shout out to Danny for organizing that. And then I also picked up. This is by Spin Master. It's their 4-inch scale, the Batman Batmobile, and it's a pretty nice vehicle. It has like lights and sounds, but it's like just black plastic. So I kind of took some dry brushing to it, added some paint, and definitely happy with how it came out. It's actually quite large.
Is there a Batman in the car itself? Or?
Yeah, it comes with like a 4-inch Batman. But it's a really terrible figure. The figure's terrible. The sculpt on the car is absolutely fantastic. So I'm like pretty much like at an all-time high for this Batman movie. So there's supposedly a Jada Toys 1/18 that has like lights in it that I'm thinking to get. I was looking for the 1/24, but I couldn't find it, and this one's just a little bit more expensive, and it has lights, and it's actually 1/18 scale. So I'm pretty excited for that. Ben Thomas says, can you tell us how you mount the comics like that? I can. There is let me pull it up real quick. It's like a comic frame, and you can actually put them on the wall, or you can mount them. So it's like a little clip, and you can put them standing up like this, like if you want to put it on a shelf, or you can flip it and then display it on the wall. And they're not that expensive. For like 3 of them, it's like $7 a piece. So that's what they look like freestanding, and then that's what they look like hanging. So I'll drop a link in the.
Does Danny approve of these?
For those who don't care, I use command strips. They don't damage the case at all, and I use command strips.
You could definitely do that.
But I think
to be
some
honest,
people might have issues.
How about if a
sticking
command strip
it to the-
loosens up and it falls?
It won't loosen up. It's like a. How much do these weigh? Like a pound?
Not even a pound, probably.
Yeah, it won't loosen.
I don't think you'd have any problems, to be honest. I think as long as the book, like the command strip isn't so strong that it's actually like you're kind of like opening the case when you're pulling it off the wall. I think that would be more what I would be concerned about, because I know some of them can actually be quite strong. But I just dropped a link in the chat if you guys want to check that out. They're super awesome. But enough about our new this week. So let's get into the news. We'll start with the Doc Ox Hot Toys. There's 2 versions of Deluxe and a regular. The only difference being the Deluxe gives you an extra set of tentacles, which are the nano tech versions. Interesting to note, they list them as bendable tentacles. So we were talking a few days ago that's probably going to be the form of like that rubber with the wire built in. I don't think they'd go the way of the individual joints for every little segment. I think everything from the neck down is that premier Hot Toys quality. So the fabric, the stitching, that leather jacket's probably going to be fucking amazing. Potentially some wires here in the coat. And I think the parts that really lose me, I'm going to go ahead and take the low-hanging fruit, but I think the portrait is really bad. And I think the glasses aren't very good either. Now, they have gone out and said they're going to change it, but I'm going to get you guys' thoughts on the panel, and then maybe we can rip into the head sculpt just a bit. So, Dean, about the figure itself, what are your thoughts?
Dude, the outfit looks great. You could take off the turtleneck and have a good base figure for Spider-Man 2 if you really wanted to. Obviously change out the head sculpt. But honestly, like, it's a pretty solid release. I mean, if they fix the head sculpt like they said they're going to do, I mean, I think it's great. Doc Ock is one of the coolest. At least growing up, the Spider-Man 2 was my favorite movie. And to see him now in the MCU is really cool too. So I think it's a solid release. Definitely has an issue, which we will discuss in a bit. But yeah, I like it.
So are we waiting? We're talking about the figure before we rip into it?
Let's go through.
Yeah,
let's go through what we like first.
That's fine.
I think there's a lot to give credit for here. I don't want to just shit on it for 20 minutes first.
I think exactly what Dean said. The figure itself is amazing to me. I think it's really cool that they give both options for the tentacles. I think that's really cool. The figure looks great as far as like the tailoring and everything. I mean, that's all great. I'm a little bit interested to see how the wiring in the arms work, because I think Toys R Us nailed that in their release. So that'll be interesting to see. But overall, yeah, I think that most of the figure is 9 out of 10. So,
yeah, this release had so much potential because we got the Goblin, and there was so much love. Number one, for this character. Originally, when it came out, people wanted it, so it's fantastic to see that, you know, they kind of stepped up to the plate, which we expected, and executed the figure. Tailoring is spot on. I think the quality of the coat, the pants, like you said, the jacket, depending if it's a pleather, we'll see the material in hand. I think they did great. You guys said it. The tentacles, being able to display them, both versions, fantastic. The only thing besides the portrait, which we'll speak about later, where I think they could have like really upped the ante on this figure, would have been a nice base, right? Because they gave us a Spider-Man with such a great base and with so much detail, and here I feel like we're just getting the basic black stand with, what is it? Is it a crotch grabber, or is it the flying?
I believe it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be the fly. It makes more sense of it being the one. Yeah,
like where it kind of clamps on
to the waist. I think we could have gotten a base, maybe even with that highway scene where there were blocks of the highway with him and Spidey, or even a way where you can display him and that scene where Spidey was held against the concrete. You know what I'm talking about? If it came with like a little slab of concrete, and you can hold him against there. If you have the combo, the 2-pack, I would have liked to see something like that. But regardless of, other than that, I think release-wise, for what we're getting from the neck down, is fantastic. I don't have any complaints.
Manny says, I'm willing to bet the arms will be like the scorpion tail that comes with the classic Spidey. I think you're onto something there.
Good catch. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, this I think is going to be a must-have figure eventually, right? Once I get a few things ironed out. I think, obviously the character and the actor, Diego Rivera himself, is like phenomenal. And I think unlike the Goblin... What's that?
Who the hell's Diego Rivera?
Come on, from the Frida movie? Anyways. Dean, you're not a real Mexican, bro.
Leave the comedy to the professionals.
Alfred Molina. I was like,
I was going to say, I loved him in Chocolate.
First, how dare you?
Pronounce that correctly next time.
He plays Diego Rivera, the very famous Mexican painter or artist in the Frida movie, Frida Kahlo movie. Anyway, sorry, that went over everyone's head. But anyways, getting off track here. Yeah, that's right. Apparently not. But there's like just so many redeeming things about this figure. Unlike the Goblin figure, which I don't think looks that great in figure format, this one like looks phenomenal. Everything from the tailoring to the colors and the contrast. So I think once they get all the kinks ironed out, it's going to be a must-have figure. And the price point is $360 for the deluxe, right?
Yeah, so $330 for the regular, $360 for the deluxe, April to June 2023. I don't even remember if I said that. Thank you for that. Yeah, so Q2 2023, so plenty of time to iron all that stuff out.
Absolutely, and I feel like that's good value. I mean, for these days, what Hot Toys giving you $360 for 2 sets of arms seems like good value.
Good value.
Hang on, time out. Danny says you see Salma Hayek's Tatas and Frida. That's our movie of the week.
Yeah,
we're not.
Yes, I can highly recommend. Highly recommend that movie.
Yeah. I mean, what can I say that hasn't been already said? I 100% agree. I think from the neck down, it's great. The coat looks great. The leather coat too. The one of my complaints about the Toys era is that it's done relatively well and you can kind of futz it, but the jacket and stuff like that looks a little bit big versus this one looks like it can be posed well, might have some wires in the end and stuff like that. So it does actually look really well. The arms, like Eddie said, definitely gonna have to wait and see how they're actually done. If they're done like the Toys era ones, then that's perfect. If they're done differently, like the rubber kind of stuff we talked about last night, we'll have to see about the longevity. But yeah, everything, neck down looks fantastic, so no complaints there. And yeah, I guess we'll talk about the other the other part of the figure now. So, Wolf.
They already announced that they're going to be like wire, not like Toys R Us.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they do it well.
JC Hong made a post. This was within an hour of Hot Toys dropping the photo. The head sculpt is not final one. Thank you so much. First and foremost, there was people when the Mark 85 Stuart Little sculpt came out that were like making death threats to JC Hong. I think you have to separate like the artistry and the product. Like, don't come after the person, right? I'm sure JC's a great guy, but in my opinion, and I think a lot of people's, I think the portrait was not so good. I think it's if indeed this was an actual work in progress picture, I think that they should have been extremely transparent about that from the get-go. And I would go so far to say that if no one complained about it, this would be the portrait they would take to the bank. Obviously, when you're showing off a head sculpt and something like 70% of the reactions to the portrait are laugh reacts, and all the comments are about Chevy Chase or other characters that aren't Doc Ock, I think there is some problems. I have zero doubts that, push comes to shove in April to June 2023 that they're going to release an absolute banger of a head sculpt. But the thing that concerns me is inside on Sideshow, I don't think there's a deposit. So this isn't necessarily related to us, but overseas at Secret Base, we talked to Figure Collecting for Dummy, and he said that it's 1,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is about 140 US, to order it at Secret Base, and that's a non-refundable deposit. So if the released figure is the same or worse, and you don't want it, you're basically can purchase the figure, or you lose the deposit, or you have to find a way to sell that slip somewhere else.
Yeah.
So the idea in some of these groups that, oh, it's just a prototype, like you don't have to pay any money. Some people were saying, comparing it to concept cars, like I could put $100 down on the Tesla, and that doesn't mean it's going to be a good car. That is very true. But the key difference there is you can put $100 down on a Tesla Cybertruck, but you get your $100 back if you're not happy with the product, and you cancel your order. So that's my big concern. If they're, showing a work in progress, we know some licensors, Jazz Inc. Dioramas, they have the Warner Brothers license. They show plenty of work in progress photos. And we've said for years it would be great if Hot Toys was more transparent on those things. I would love to have seen this as a work in progress post rather than here's your $330 to $360 figure. And only after a shitload of criticism is it made clear that it's not final. Again, I know they're going to smash it next year, and this is going to be incredible rather. But I don't know. These are some of my favorite memes that I've seen. Manny did the Chevy Chase, and then someone on OSR did the Everywhere I Go, I See His Face. These are pictures from Secret Base, and to be honest, they don't look much better to me. I think a few people were kind of swayed by these photos. I'm not among them.
See, I disagree with that. I think it does look way better.
Really? I don't know. I don't know if it's... I don't think that smiling portraits are Hot Toys' strong suits. Like, obviously, the Ant-Man, and then now this one. But the thing is, this is obviously a very high-quality camera under very...
harsh lighting.
Not to say harsh, but, like, these are display lighting. Like, this is the showcase store where you go to decide if you want to buy this or not. I don't think the average collector is going to be looking at it through this lens literally, and then also in this same type of lighting.
Definitely not the everyday collector.
Definitely not. That shit will be in a box.
Yeah.
Dean, given these new photos, and then also given the statement by JC Hong, what are your thoughts?
Definitely just seems like damage control to me. It's like, oh fuck, people hated it. It's just a work in progress, guys. Calm down. Because those photos are too nice and too like edited to not be solicitation photos. I'm sorry.
Clip that.
And like, because we've seen people post work in product photos, and it's like a figure on a desk, like a figure standing on like the fucking the guy's desk working on it, like Asmus with the Bilbo, or like Game Toys we're going to talk about a little later, and they have work in progress photos, and it's not very pretty, right? So to me, this is just like let's just say it's a work in progress, and we'll fucking figure it out as we go. Because yeah, there's really no... Hot Toys doesn't do that. They don't show work in progress photos. So to say this is one, it's like, well, it's not. You're lying because you've never done that before. It's just silly. It's just like, hey, just say, hey, we fucked up. Okay, we'll get back. We'll get back to the drawing board. Don't lie.
Yeah, like, hey, we heard you guys.
Yeah, that's all you gotta say.
We're gonna take down pre-orders for 2 months. And Dean, the thing that bothers me is everyone's saying, oh, well, the fans rushed them to make this figure. And it's like, well, I mean, they had years because the movie got delayed several times. It's not like they were sitting in the theater, oh, shit, he's in this movie? Let's make this figure. Like, they knew way in advance that this was happening. Their workload, I mean, they're putting 30, 40 figures up for pre-order a year. It's not like they're rushed. It's absolutely not like it's rushed.
And it's probably even worse than we think it is because remember, Toys Era came out with Ock and Goblin. So those motherfuckers knew something way before we did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's a conspiracy. I don't think it is. I think they kind of know what's coming out. I mean, they have to, right? They're making products for this shit. So yeah, I don't think they're rushed at all. I mean, this figure comes out when? When did you say?
April to June 2023.
Yeah, that's really not that fucking rushed, is it? It's still not. It's more than a year away. So, yeah, that's silly. Johnny boy.
I think John's watching
is he frozen?
the comic app.
No,
Marco.
I couldn't hear you. My earphones are giving me a problem. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, John.
Do a tactical reload.
Oh, you know what it is? It's because you guys changed the. Listen to me. You guys changed the rotation, right? Because Eddie was supposed to go before me. But regardless, my apologies for that.
I'm doing what was asked of me.
I thought you were still stuck because I said 360 was good value. And
Just not during mid segment. I usually look at who's wherever the spot is, and it's regardless. That's besides the point.
Close the comic auctions. Let's go. Let's get back.
I'm not on any comic auctions. Come over. Come check. I was actually getting the sponsor read ready, but anyways, back to what we were talking about. Okay, so this is where I'm upset. So I don't know why everyone's surprised at this. Like, this is the first time this has happened. It's not the first time this has happened whatsoever. This is Hot Toys, and it is what it is. This is going to be the way of the future. I'm sad because there was so much excitement for this release. So much, like I said, so much love towards the movie and the characters, and it just brought so much excitement for what we saw on that screen. And people have been waiting ages for this character. Listen, don't be after the fact telling me and sending messages saying, oh, this is not the final sculpt. Say that while you release it. Or better yet, like you blurred out the Goblin portrait, blur out this portrait and say that we're working on it. Have some respect to your fans and the people that are spending $360 or $330 on a figure that is bare bones, in my opinion. My next thing that I want to say, where I really get upset, is the community. That's where I'm disappointed. Where I'm disappointed in the community is people aren't allowed to express their opinions. You have the guys and girls who are fans of Hot Toys. Oh my goodness. It's like going down with a burning ship. And they're actually defending Hot Toys in this situation. But that's fine. You want to defend Hot Toys. You can do that. Defend the company. But at the same time, they're telling people who have opinions to relax and to keep it quiet and not express their opinions. That's where I get frustrated. Because it's like CC said, and other people in the chat. If the people who are not happy with this portrait didn't express their opinions, we may not even have gotten an update. Or he may have not come out and say, yeah, we're going to be working on, this isn't official. This is just it's pending. Just like with the Mark 85, like you guys were saying. If people didn't come out with outrage, would we have gotten a replacement? Who knows? We don't know. But my whole thing is, be a community that's receptive to both sides. Don't go at each other's throats. One side shouldn't be suppressing the other side. Be open to opinion and be open to healthy conversation. In my opinion, they need to improve this big time. And I don't think the portrait is enough. I think they need to do something with that base as well, especially for that price point that we're paying. That's my 2 cents. I'll leave meat on the bone for the rest of these guys.
Thanks, John. Absolutely still losing my mind over Zach calling this Pierce from Community. Like, that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. That being said, I think that these pictures look a lot better. Like, this is convincing me that this does look like like Alfred Molina, and it does seem like an improvement. I don't buy the BS about like this not being the final sculpt. Obviously, they knew those pictures weren't good enough at the very least. Even if the sculpt is okay, those pictures were just shit, and they should have reworked it. I don't understand why the rush to get it out. Maybe there's a contractual or financial reason that they had to get it out when they did. But I think much like, the golden armor Wonder Woman, that whole fiasco we just went through, this one might, as I said earlier, this one's going to end up being, a must-have figure. I think they're going to make it right, and I think ultimately folks are going to want it with just a little retooling. I could see the base here. The foundation's almost there. They just got to work on it just a bit more.
I could not, for the longest time, figure out who I saw in this head sculpt, and I finally figured it out.
Really? Who was it?
Yeah, it's Elton John.
Dude,
Rocket Man
does look like Rocket Man, bro.
Elton John. I was like, what the fuck is going on when I saw this? This is like one of the anticipated drops. What's happening? I don't know what to think about their whole release it and then come out and say it's not the final sculpt. Most of the times, the pictures they release are the final sculpt. I think the only times it wasn't is with Tony Stark, and that's because everybody backlash. So they're not known for releasing things that are not final sculpt, unless they're like the blurred out stuff where we don't see it originally. But I think everything else is usually the final sculpt that we see. So that's like, if you're going off of what you normally do, then this is the final sculpt, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good. And I know, like, I've said before that you can see it at angles, it looks better, but Manny said it earlier, like, you shouldn't be okay with angles when you're paying this much on something. It should, like, at least look good for more than just like one angle. So yeah, hopefully it comes out better. And if it is not the final sculpt, they should not wait until it's ready to ship to show the final sculpt, because that's what they're going to do. They should at least like update it in a month or however long it takes to make a final sculpt. Don't wait a whole fucking year to show us a final sculpt, but yeah,
Eddie,
I mean, other than that, I think it's good,
Just to ask a quick question, Eddie. Would you be okay for a later reveal if they just gave us the final sculpt right off the bat?
Yes, I think I see your guys' points to where, like, well, why not just wait until the best sculpt is available and then show the pictures? The only thing is I try to think of it from like the company's point of view as well, and I think that they're just trying to create hype. They don't want the hype of Doc Ock to die because the movie was released I know it's not gonna, but in their mind they're thinking, oh shit, the movie was released and we haven't even put up a figure yet. Like, they're scrambling. They're like, let's get some photos out there, put the pre-order up, and then if people are upset, we'll fix it. I can see that whole side of it, putting it up without the final sculpt, but so that's why I think they did it. I'm not saying it's like right or wrong, but I don't necessarily think in right or wrong in this hobby, because like they're just a company making money. I don't think they think in right or wrong, and I don't know why the community always thinks in right or wrong. I'm just buying a fucking product. Look, Chick-fil-A doesn't do certain things that people don't like. I still eat fucking chicken sandwiches. You know what I mean?
Like, Lord's chicken like that. Jesus.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, not everything in the world is right or wrong, even though I wish it could be, but it's the way the world is, Like, I try not to get hung up on those things.
Yeah, except, well, okay. I don't want to get into it on them.
Let's do this. Go ahead, Dean.
Oh, I was going to say.
Civil War.
I was going to say, the contract between Chick-fil-A and me ends at the sandwich. I give them money, right. I get sandwich. I give Hot Toys money, I get figure. Now we have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, the chicken's good. I don't have a problem with Chick-fil-A. Thank you for the sandwich.
Okay, you're saying you're getting subpar chicken here.
No, I'm saying
for top dollar?
If this was coming from Chick-fil-A, I'd be upset. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, there's also an argument to be made. It's like, but you're not getting what you're paying for.
I think you're being a little harsh. It does look a bit like them. It does look a little bit like them. Like if he was
in these pictures or in all the pictures, John.
Hold on, I was making a joke. You guys are gonna kill the joke. He does look a little like him. If he was embalmed.
Jesus Christ.
You killed the joke yourself, John.
Okay, yeah, you killed that one yourself.
Sorry. A lot of people don't know what embalmed is. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll go back into my shell.
I went to public school, John.
He's in inner cities.
In America. Shit. As a resident, Hot Toys fanboy, as deemed by Eddie, this definitely is hard to take. I think for me, from this angle, I can see him a little bit, but yeah, like Manny was saying, you don't want to be paying this much for a figure and doing it for and only be able to view it from one angle. I think the thing that kills this sculpt for me the most is the hair. I don't know why it looks like a straight up bowl cut from Dumb and Dumber, and I just can't get it out of my head. Just every time I see it, it just kills it for me. So
yeah.
As far as what they should have done, I can't really say what they should and shouldn't have done, but I think it would have been a lot easier path forward if they just blurted it out and say pending approval, pending final results or whatever, and had it be that way, because that would have alleviated a lot of their issues. Why they didn't do that, I don't know. But you figure they would have learned their lesson with the Tony Stark debacle. And to Eddie's point, I guess, do they ever update sculpts midstream? They did do it with the Scarlet Witch sculpt. They updated that with improvements with the crown and stuff like that. Well, yeah, I know.
I'm saying only do it when people complain.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm definitely not disagreeing there. So I think complaining is good as far as this goes. I don't think the sky is falling that some other people have brought up. I think, Hot Toys inevitably always does a stinker or two every year. They have an awesome track record, and they definitely hit more than they miss. But I guess just hopefully they turn it around. I have, faith that they will, but we'll see. So for now, I'm definitely sticking with just the Toys R Us one that I already have. But down the road, yeah, if they improve the sculpt, I'll probably jump on this one too, because I love the movie and I want to have everything from it if I can. So, but
DJ did said a comment that sums up the hot toy community in one sentence or two sentences maybe. What a goofy ass head sculpt. I'm gonna still get it though.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna pose a question to the panel and to the chat community as well. If you're watching this afterwards, or if you're on the podcast listening afterwards, just comment. How does Hot Toys
put up a poll too, Zach? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
We did.
Oh, you did? Oh, my bad.
How does Hot Toys justify this? Not just with this figure, but moving forward.
I think they've been panned pretty good for this one, and I think every time that there's an outrage like this, I think it overall ends up being a net positive. I think ever since the Stuart Little Mark 85 head sculpt, I think they've made an attempt. I don't want to say like a great stride forward, but like Usby was saying, there's been a few figures that they've updated us mid-production. So I think the answer is being more transparent. I still really have trouble buying that this is a rush product. We've known for at least, I think, 2 months that they've had this on their sort of schedule of releases. They've kind of been teasing the villains for a while. So it's not like, 3 days ago they started sculpting this and then had to finish it by Sunday. So I think the what we can gain from this is, I think they need to try and be more transparent. I think as much as some expressive sculpts can be good, I think Hot Toys really does their best work when they're more neutral portraits. I don't think there's been an expressive portrait by Hot Toys that I've really loved. I could be wrong, but just kind of going back in my mind's eye, I don't think there is. But I definitely think, like you said, John, waiting till release is not the way to do it. I think for this, because of this outrage, they should give us an update 3-4 months down the line. I think that would be important. Of course, people are going to nitpick the update too, and there's going to be people that were really like this portrait. No matter what, you're not going to make everyone happy, but I think their goal should be to make as many people happy as possible.
I think they should keep doing this. I think they should take this as a, look at the glass half full instead of half empty. Keep showing the figures when you put them up for pre-order with whatever you have working on now. And then let the community speak as to whether or not they like it, and then make it better by the time it's ready, and consistently show updates like Zach said. Because you get great work out of that. The Tony Stark was horrible, and they fixed it, and that turned out to be a pretty damn good sculpt. And then the Scarlet Witch, same thing. It is horrible. We haven't seen the final of that yet, but you know they fixed it, and now it's a damn better figure for it. So I think they should look at that silver lining and like, let's keep putting out unfinished things or what we're working on, and take the criticism as a positive instead of a negative. Because, like Zach said, people are always going to be upset or happy with things, so you can't really, like, you know, take that for everything it's worth. Just, you know, do your best and make it better with the criticism you're given.
To that point, I would say, obviously the workload is different, right? Like Jazz Ink dioramas, I think, is like the gold standard of a manufacturer communicating with the customers, showing that work in progress. But they might only be actively working on, like, you know, let's just say 5. I don't know what the number really is, but 5 projects at a time, where Hot Toys is juggling, you know, maybe 70 figures at a time from things they're working on, things they've already announced. With Jazz Ink, I think the problem that they get into is, I think they take too much feedback. So like they'll show something and there'll be, let's say, 10 nitpicks, and they'll show something else, and there's even though they checked all the 10, there's another 10. And I mean, it must be exhausting because, you know, he's constantly getting like little nitpicks. And I think, you know, the way Asmus does it, they'll show some work in progress stuff in the office, like Dean was mentioning. I think that's a good way to do it. But yeah, I think Eddie's right. This as negative as it is now, you know, I could definitely see this be a net positive to change how Hot Toys is doing things. What do you think?
And
John?
I would just have to say one more thing. If they're looking for someone to throw under the bus here, right? Because there's always got to be a scapegoat. I feel like the photographers, both for like the solicitation photos and the blogger photos, it's been like too many times where the figure hasn't been shown off in the best light. Like, it's just inconsistent. So they've got to have better quality control on like how they showcase these figures. Because again, like this looks way better to me. The Ray, for example, I guess it's not apples to apples because some are, you know, pre-production, some are final, and then the Golden Armor Wonder Woman, it's like you get better interpretations of the figures from, you know, different angles and different lighting. They just have to have better quality control to showcase the figures at the best possible quality.
This is a great comment here. Hugh says, I think if there were no YouTube creators who could voice a public opinion on this, or there had been no community feedback, this would have been the final Hot Toys product with this head sculpt.
Well said. Well said.
Does anyone else have a take on that before we move on? I think that was
yeah.
great
I'll just say
feedback.
Just say one thing. I totally agree. I think going the Asmus route or something where they show renders, you know, like some statue companies do or yes. Artwork companies do, just because I think that would give them enough opportunity to, you know, get community feedback at an early stage, unlike Jazz Ink, like you were saying, where they kind of take it later and first batches are different than second and third, which is kind of annoying. So doing that, you know, I think the dilemma that they'll run into is with NDAs and, you know, spoilers and this, that, and the other thing. So if they went that route, it might end up in stuff being pushed out a little bit further, but you might get a higher quality figure. So it'd definitely be a balancing act, but definitely more transparency, giving us more kind of opportunity for feedback ahead of time would definitely help with a lot of this stuff. Just because obviously they know us as collectors are a picky bunch, so getting as much feedback, you know, can be helpful and can be a hindrance as well. So getting it at the right time would be key. So yeah.
I just also think they need to ramp up their communication and focus, maybe pivot a little bit on their North American collectors. Right? They have a massive fan base here.
Let's discuss this situation.
Look, it may not be compared to what they have over there, but look, trust me, they're making their money here as well. And the communication that they put out is horrible.
I agree, John.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Let's look at our poll here. So are you going to pre-order the Doc Ox? 33% said yes, 65% said no, and 2% said I'll stick with Toys Era. Thank you guys for doing the poll. We'll put up another poll towards the end of the show when we talk about Book of Boba. This was exciting. So this is a company called Academy Hobby Model Kits, but this is sold as it's not really a model kit, it's just basically a toy. This is a 1/6 scale, the Batman Batmobile. Now it's kind of interesting because this Batmobile, which is this one here, has also been released in the US under the brand Spin Master. So Dean and I were talking, and we think it's a case of like Hasbro / Tomy, like different brand names for different regions. But this is definitely the Spin Master version that you'd get here in the United States. And though it's called a 12-inch scale Batmobile, this is probably going to be closer to like a 10-inch scale. If you shop at like Walmart or like any grocery store, you'll see those 12-inch, like $10 figures, and they're not really the same scale as Hot Toys. So this will still be quite large. Obviously, this lady, it's like basically the size of her torso. And I think I will try to get it. I wasn't able to find a price on it, but their other 12-inch scale Batmobiles usually go for about $60. So for $60 with some paint and weathering, just have it in the back behind your Hot Toys Batman, kind of use that forced perspective to get the scale right. I think this could be super cool. I have essentially the 4-inch scale version, which is the one that I picked up this week. And, sculpting wise, it's pretty decent. So I am definitely excited. Now, Aaron Grove says Yoast will trounce that. I have no doubt that Yoast is going to make a much better The Batman Batmobile, but it'll probably be $1,000.
Yeah.
And
I think Hot Toys is going to do it.
What?
I think so.
Why
wouldn't they?
Batman vehicles. You're not wrong. You're not.
They did the Tumbler. Yeah.
Ben Thomas says we need to get some likes. 66 here and only 28 likes. Yeah, smash that like button. Also go check out Marco G166. But big shout out to everyone watching tonight. We'd love to see all you guys in the chat. Dean, what do you think? A potential cheap option for a 1/6-ish scale Batmobile.
Pretty fucking sweet, man. Honestly, like, especially for someone like me. Maybe I like this movie, maybe I don't. But I'm also not the biggest Batman fan. Maybe I just really like the car, and I don't want to wait 2 years and spend $1,500 from Yoast. This is a really cool option. Because to me, so from what I've seen, this is my favorite Batmobile ever. It's muscle car. It's fucking gritty. Looks kind of Mad Max-ish. Like, it's dope. I love it. I know a lot of people have a huge problem with it, but I think it's great. I mean, how much is something like this max? $100?
I would say max $100.
Maybe.
But their track record, I think it's closer to be like $59.99, $69.99.
Yeah, $60. Because that little Batman toy I think is like $10.99 or something. So another $50 and then a $10 Batman. Yeah, I could definitely see this being $60. So I think it's a fucking home run, dude. Just, I mean, even if you just had it on the top of your DTOF, it serves the purpose. Whether it's true 6 scale or not, I think it's gonna look good in your collection. If you find this, I'd say pick it up, because even if maybe you don't want it, somebody like Zach will, and maybe you could flip it or whatever.
Well, I do retail. I'm not gonna pay.
I'm not saying you.
To flip it to me. How dare you?
I'm just saying someone like you, like that, has been looking for it. Maybe didn't find it when it was on the shelf.
Zach is a one of a kind.
Oh, I have
Dean, one of a kind.
Yeah, Zach's one of a kind. He's not willing to negotiate. He's
thank God there's only one of them too.
Dude,
get him out of here, Zach.
Everyone unsubscribe right now to 166. Go to 166, unsubscribe immediately.
It's okay. You won't be able to find the channel, so it's fine.
Jesus.
Don't do that to Gigi, guys.
That's right.
Yeah, do it for Gigi, not for Margot.
It's her show. It's her show. We all know it. But yeah, I think this is like I said, it's a home run. I like it a lot. I'll probably end up getting one, honestly.
If I may, John, I'm sorry, but I mean, look at how good this fucking $30 Batmobile with a little bit of paint looks. This thing's fucking awesome.
Sexy.
You took what I was gonna say. Did you actually mod that one?
Yeah, this is repainted and
weathered. Oh wow. Okay.
It's fucking
I was
awesome.
gonna say when I got to my turn that if I wanted the representation, I would go after the one that you picked up.
Yeah.
Because
and that's Jaded Toys?
No, this is Spin Master.
No, the one you did.
Both of them are Spin Master.
Oh, both of them. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they also make a little RC car version, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was going to mention is I think it'd be awesome to have an RC version. I'm with Dean. This isn't my favorite Batmobile, but I love the supercar concept, and I kind of have an idea of how they may play it into the movie. So we'll see if that pans out. But you can do for this price point, you could do so many cool things. Add some LED lights to it, and I think it would display well. I don't know, guys. I think Hot Toys may tackle it, just with them doing the '89 Batmobile.
Pretty much all the Batmobiles.
Yeah, except the Forever
the
and
best
Not the one that
Batmobile.
Eddie wants.
not the one I did.
Okay.
Come on.
But they've done everything else, and they're even the reissue of the Tumbler. So I think, and they're doing the bike now with this Batman. So
You might be
think,
right, John.
I think there's potential. I think there's potential for them to do it. That's what I'd like to see. But yeah, this for a quick pickup, if you can customize it, paint it, and add some LED lights, I think it would display very well, regardless.
There we go. Yeah, no, I think this would be a perfect, gap filler, 100%. Or you're the final product if you didn't want to spend the $1,500 on Yoast or Hot Toys version. Is Hot Toys going to do it? I don't know. I hope they do. I like them doing vehicles. I don't think I would get it per se, but them doing vehicles is just a good thing in general because hopefully we'll get another DeLorean or something like that to annoy John with. But I think weathered up by Zach or by someone talented like that would definitely look good. It does look kind of toyish, but I think that's what it's going for. So final product to put in the background of your Hot Toys or whatever display you have, I think it will look great. Especially if it comes in at what you guys were saying, like $60 to $100. I mean, shit, you really can't go wrong at all at that price. So definitely looking forward to the movie. I hope it lives up to the hype. Yeah, can't wait to get a bunch of toys from it. So, yeah.
Did you get tickets today, Sean?
Tickets went on sale today.
Yes, sir.
For the IMAX preview.
For the IMAX.
Oh, for the IMAX preview.
Fan event. Yeah.
Okay, real quick.
Not yet.
I do have an update.
Really quick.
So
You said
this
Fanny.
is real quick. I'm getting fucking Pearl Harbor flashbacks when Sean talks. This is $69.99. I think this is euros, so I got to see what that is in greenbacks. But yeah. Also, I like the way the hood opens up. It's freaking hilarious.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm
All right,
I don't know that.
I
You
retract.
moved your mouse at the same time as me, and I was like, "What the fuck did
I
I?"
retract
80
everything I
bucks.
said.
That's not bad.
That's crazy.
That
That's
looks
not bad
rough,
at all.
man.
Oh, it looks good. You don't need to look, John. Hang on, time out. Let me
Wait, hold on a second. That was yours or the one we just got previewed?
No, that was a preview.
look at that. You could have him get that from Martin, bro. Come on.
Oh my
You don't want that action?
No, I don't want that
You could
Batman.
make it a
Wait again,
convertible.
that
What if it does it in the
Batman
movie?
portrait. That Batman portrait
might
looks
do
better
that
than
in
the
the
Molino portrait, but I wonder if that's
Jesus
final.
Christ. Oh man.
I almost died when you
No,
said
used to be, I'm just
Sean's.
busting your balls. No need to apologize.
I almost said when you said Pearl Harbor, I almost died here. I was on mute. You couldn't hear me, but I almost died.
No need to apologize, Sean. Anyways, Eddie, what do you think? Are you gonna get this?
Look, I'm sure people like you could get this and make it amazing, but I am not going to spend $80 just to do more work on some shit. So, no, I'm not going to get it. I'll wait for the hot toy. Thank you.
I'm exactly with Eddie. I'm holding out hope that Hot Toys will do this, and I'm hoping that I'm going to love the movie. And if I do, this is probably going to be a must get. But yeah, I think that $80 could go towards the Hot Toys version.
Yo,
I
can't
got a
wait for
question.
Gigi to see this and be like, motherfucker, just buy that. Save us.
She's not going to let him get either, man. What are you talking about?
She's going to tell me she could literally find this at the thrift store.
She had some
She's
good
not
thrift store
wrong.
finds, though.
She did. She was finding. She found like a life-size Yoda. She was coming up on some stuff.
Bro, did she buy it?
No, it was absolutely horrifying. I told her,
Oh.
please keep that there. I do not. That it looked cursed.
It's a Mexican baby Yoda.
Let's move on. So this is really cool. This is the Iconic Studios Muhammad Ali. We've known about this, I think, since last year when they made the bust. They were hinting like, oh, this is going to be removable so that you can place it on our eventual full figure. The pre-order drops Friday. No information yet, but I am so excited for this. I think they've done some great work on the things they've shown us thus far, and I have no doubt that Andrew and the team are going to fucking knock this out of the park. Side note, shout out to Andrew. Him and his wife are expecting, so big shout out there. Love to see it. Love to see
Congrats.
What do you guys think about this?
They got the Everlast license?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They're going fucking big time.
That's the first thing. Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
They have not come out with something that hasn't like blown me away. Where I'm like, okay, like these dudes know what the fuck they're doing. So I have no doubt this is gonna be, like you just said, they just did the Everlast fucking.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. So yeah, I can't wait to see what this looks like, fully like solicited. So yeah, no doubt it's gonna be amazing.
Sorry, I support Iconic and Andrew full-heartedly. I stand behind them. The way they speak to their
walletedly,
full everything. The way they speak to, the way their communication is between themselves and the collector. He's come on our stream, just respectful, and the product is there. The innovation is there. We saw it with Ryu. That anatomy of that body, they fully tailored that from top to bottom. This is exciting. I'm excited to see what they have coming down the pipeline, but I 100% stand behind them. All I can say is Hot Toys, please take some notes, man. This is how you do it. I understand they're smaller, but this is how you deliver product to your clientele.
Yeah, I loved everything that they've done so far. It's awesome that they come on the show to, talk about their stuff in such great detail and give that sort of behind the curtain look that, we talked about Hot Toys giving us. So I hope they come on to talk about this one, because the bust that they came out with last year, I think it was great. And yeah, definitely looking forward to the full figure. Especially with, like Eddie was saying, that the Everlast license, that's crazy. So looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, it seems like they go the extra mile for all of their stuff, which is really cool to see. I'm not a big, I know who Muhammad Ali is. I am not like a big boxing fan, which is it's funny because I guess that was my dad's favorite sport. I didn't, my mom would tell me that growing up. I had no, it's cool, but I didn't get crazy with it. So I wonder if my dad will like this. That's something to think about, but I think it's really cool. I think it's cool that they're starting off with Muhammad Ali. I wonder if they're going to do more boxers or what. That would be interesting to see. But yeah, I think it'll be an amazing figure.
Yeah, I'm for sure going to be sleeping outside once I say this one, but I was interested in that Ryu figure, and once you had Andrew on the show and he kind of went through that entire Q&A and all the transparency, all the stuff they've thought through for collectors, I immediately had to go give him my money. I was like, this guy is such a G, and had to pre-order that figure. And so if this one comes out anything close to what they did with the Ryu, it will definitely be on my radar. And I hope they expand, like Eddie was saying, to other boxers or other sports. I would love to get more sports 1/6. So I hope that they crush this one, and it's definitely something I'll be interested in.
Yeah, I am definitely excited. I think Ian from OFAC said they're going to work to get Andrew on their show, because I think their next show is after the information is released for it. So if we had them on tomorrow, they probably wouldn't be able to tell us much. So if they are able to do that, stay tuned, and we'll obviously make a big deal about it on the group and on Instagram. But yeah, no, we weren't able to really glean anything from this other than pre-order coming Friday. 3-0 made an announcement. They teased a few Optimus Primes, I think last year, and a lot of people have been asking what's going on with the Last Night Optimus Prime, and so they're finally announcing that we'll be seeing it in 2022. Not much of an update there, but they did actually show the full portrait, or full sculpt rather, of this Optimus, so that's very cool. Dean, you've been tempted by Optimus. I think a week or two ago, you said this type of Bayverse Optimus is more nostalgic for you. Is this that Optimus that you're looking for, or is it one of the other Bayverse versions?
Muted, sir.
I am muted, yeah. It would probably be more of like the first iteration of Optimus than the last. Because this was the last movie, right? The last night.
Yeah.
Yes.
So more of like where he looks like an actual truck than I don't know what this is. He's just like a robot guy. Not that I don't like this. It's still very cool. But yeah, this one not for me, but it's cool. I can see why somebody would want it. Those movies kind of fell off after like the second one. Yeah, it's cool, but not for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with Dean on this one. I prefer 1 through 3 before the last night. Even I didn't even mind the third one, but he kind of got like more of like an armored knight in this one, I guess. Hence last night. I don't know. It's a little weird, but it's cool that they're doing it if fans were asking for it.
Yeah, I'll be the old guy on the panel and say this was not my childhood. I grew up on the 80s cartoon, and that was my Transformers. So I watched the Bay versions. I would definitely agree that they fell off after the second one. But these ones were definitely not my favorite. I will say, and I know we said it before on, this podcast and a bunch of different places, but I was very impressed with the 3-0 Transformers. I had never seen them in person, and I saw them at SCCC, and they were very impressive in person. So I don't remember specifically seeing this one, but just in general, if you're a fan of, this franchise and you're a fan, you cannot go wrong with these 3-0 Deluxe line. They are fantastically done, super detailed, and you definitely won't be disappointed. Not for me, but I'm glad people can, complete their collections if they need this for sure.
Yeah, I think artistically it looks great. Do they usually incorporate 3-0 usually incorporate some sort of diecast into the release as well, right?
Yeah, you'd probably be looking at like anywhere from like 40 to 80%. Some of their figures are quite hefty.
They're going to be hefty and pricey, but when you add diecast with a good paint application, they'll pop on the display. What I like that they did here, not necessarily that Transformers is a line that I've ever pursued, even with the Bayverse. I never really watched the Bayverse fully from beginning to end. But what I can appreciate here with this release or with this reveal is that 3-0 is they're coming out and saying, look, our fans have requested to see this, so here you go. Here's an update. They're not just staying quiet and keeping everybody in the dark. They're coming forward and communicating with their fan base. They're giving you a target date and stay tuned. They're not just saying, oh, it's coming. They're giving you an actual target date. Here's when it's coming. Look for it. That I appreciate as a collector.
Yeah, that communication is awesome. But I am more like with Sean. I prefer the more classic look. This does look awesome. It's a cool character design, but I prefer the more classic Transformers. So yeah, this is a neat one, but not for me.
Gigi says Marco has no self-control, and also that's actually a great idea. Mark Pearson, another idea for your wife. Manny says we need a "You're Muted" sticker. You'd love to see it.
He's right.
This was an interesting one. This is Hero Toys The Punish Man Frank, $140 shipping not included, releasing Q3 2023. I don't love it, to be honest. I don't like the portrait. I think the bone structure looks a bit weird. I feel like his face is a little bit thinner. I do like the jacket though, the vest rather. And this rifle disassembles quite a bit. It's actually, I think, probably too many pieces that it breaks down to. It's like screws and shit that's coming off of it. Like that's a bit too much. 140 plus shipping's not bad. That was from, I think, Eddie, we linked the Toys Wonderland third-party pricing. I didn't see it on any of our other normal suppliers, so shipping can be a little expensive there, but base price of the figure is definitely not bad if you missed out on the Hot Toys version of this character.
The Punishment? Dude, fuck yeah.
Punishment?
I fucking... what's this actor's name? Someone remind me?
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal. Dude. I've never, other than the old movie from like the 2000s, The Punisher, was never a huge Punisher fan.
Yes.
But when I watched this Netflix show, holy fucking shit, dude. I think I watched the whole season in a day. This show was so fucking good.
So good,
and then
right?
the second season came out and it was even better. It was like, holy shit. Like
underrated.
Banger
spoilers,
show.
please.
No, there's no spoilers.
John,
This
the shit's
show,
been out for years.
Absolutely underrated Marvel show. I think there is total. It's incredible. I was so bummed when they retconned it, but I believe he's coming back as Punisher. So this is really tempting for me. Because when the Hot Toys ones came out, I never watched the show by then. And then it wasn't until when I finally watched it, they were long gone and too much. And I was like, forget it. Great base figure. Honestly, he does not use a lot of weapons in this show. It's fucking fist fighting and it's brutal. And he'll use fucking weights and fucking lamps to kick your ass, dude. He really does not use that many guns in the show. So this might seem like it's lacking like weapons, but it's not. Like that's probably more artillery than he uses. Holy shit, that fucking show is so good. This might be a pretty easy pickup. 140, that's not bad. This is a really good pickup.
After I sent Zach the pricing, I saw that there might be 2 versions of this, and I think one of them is an exclusive, and it comes with...
It's like a flower and then a bloody vest, I think.
Yeah, with bullet hole effects on the vest, or like bullet effects on the vest. So
okay.
That's a cool
Eddie, the whole time I was talking about the show, you were like, preach. Like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
It was an amazing show, man. And I
dude.
I was a fan of the old Punisher, the 2000s Punisher. So, yeah, I feel you 100%, man. And I think it's a good figure for $140. Like, I don't have too many problems with the head sculpt or anything. I think it looks pretty good. You know, third party. I mean, you could always, maybe if you wanted to, buy the Hot Toy head sculpt somewhere. Or if you have the Hot Toy head sculpt, buy it for the body, and then you have 2 figures to pose, or 2 looks, and so that's a cool option. But yeah, he's badass, and you know, if they do continue to use him in the movies, which I think they will if they're using Daredevil still, so yeah, hope maybe we'll see another figure from Hot Toys eventually too, which is cool.
Yeah, I didn't know really about this figure until I saw you link it in the show sheet. I think I had seen it, but I thought it was an older figure. I didn't know it was, had recently just come out, and I think this is awesome. I have the Hot Toys one, and it's great. You know, that one does come with a bunch of guns, like a Gatling gun and stuff like that. So I think having this one as a kind of companion piece, or to go with one of the third-party Daredevils that have come out, is also another awesome idea. I'll definitely be looking for this one. You'll have to link me where the exclusive is. I guess the only thing I'll say, to Manny's point in the chat, the neck does look a little bit long, but with some of these third-party figures, you just have to seat the head farther down or whatever. But I don't really have a problem with the head structure or the bone structure or anything like that. I think it looks fine. And yeah, I think it's a pretty solid figure, especially for $140. So I'll definitely be searching this one out probably tonight after the show. So
yeah, I think for third party it looks great. I didn't catch Punisher yet. I'm still working my way through Daredevil, but I've reached the point in Daredevil where you see him as the Punisher, and wow, I'm with Eddie and Dean. Like, I grew up with Thomas Jane as the Punisher.
Yes.
With John Travolta.
Yes.
But I'll tell you right now, he does a phenomenal Punisher. I was in the same boat, guys. Missed the Hot Toys. This looks good. 140, you can't really go wrong. I don't mind the portrait, to be honest. But I do think Hot Toys will do another figure if he shows up again. Which, yes, you were right. It's mentioned that he's going to show up again in the movie. So I can see Hot Toys. I could see Hot Toys doing another rendition, because they're going for ridiculous amounts right now. But for what you get for 140, the guns, the accessories, the vest, I think it's a good buy.
John, that's awesome to hear that you're going back and watching those Netflix shows, because they are just so good. and I really did love that Punisher show. If I was collecting when that original figure came out, like it would have been a must-have in my collection. And like I'm so bummed I missed out. Like I desperately want that figure. It's just going for way too much, where I can't justify it. This one's close, but I would say it's not quite good enough for me to consider adding to my collection. I think the sculpt is close. Would it be possible to slide to the close-up of his face, Zach? Yeah, like it looks good. I don't know, and for the price, like now I'm starting to backtrack a little bit. But yeah, it's close, but just not quite there. Where I feel like I would just hold out for the Hot Toys eventual, new iteration of the character, along with the Daredevil character that we're gonna see eventually.
I know that you guys, or like Manny said, stop doing teeth sculpts and stuff, but when he gets really angry in the show, he screams a lot. And that was always my issue with the Hot Toy release, is his face was so plain. And when he's like in full battle, he like screams with like his mouth is wide open, and there's a lot of like emotion in his face. So I always wanted to see a cool head sculpt like that, but I know they don't really execute those that well.
Manny says the more I look at it, the more I want one.
Wow.
I think it's just maybe the neck
both,
looks a touch too long. I think maybe that's it for me. I don't know. There's something that's just a little off.
In comparison, I think
and the body's really thick on this one too, Zach. So maybe that's making it look thinner than it is.
Same, bro. Same.
In retrospect and in comparison to each individual figure, I think this has better likeness than the Molina to the octopus.
You're right.
Did you just say the octopus?
Yeah, I caught that too. The octopus? Okay.
They're so
old. Whatever. And Jesus Christ, guys.
It's like
It's Dr. Octopus, though, no?
It's like kangaroo.
Otto Octavius, bro.
Octavius, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Game Toys.
Should we clip that one?
No. Game Toys Advent Children Cloud work in progress photos went up this weekend. Dean, I know you're probably super excited about this. Also, what a weird work in progress photo to share, but
well, it's because he
oh my gosh, what is he doing, dude?
I've never ridden a motorcycle like that, bro.
He's getting it, dude. He's getting it.
You've never ridden a motorcycle, then?
Tell us what's going on here, dude.
It's just showing you that. Dude.
Oh, John's back.
Yeah, it's
Jesus
Cloud.
Christ.
And yeah, this looks fucking fantastic. I can't freaking wait for this. He rides a motorcycle, so it's just showing you that the body could bend. Because sometimes they're like too stiff that you can't get them in like a good riding pose. So this is just showing like the body is more than capable.
If you hit a concrete wall while riding the bike, that the body can.
No, that wouldn't be a problem for Cloud. He just cut the wall in half. In fact, I have my Advent Children Cloud right here. He sits on my desk. But yeah, I can't wait for this. This is phenomenal. There should be another photo with the bike.
I think there was only 4 photos in the chat.
There definitely wasn't. There was 5.
I'll double check.
You hate to see it.
You don't need to double check. I'm telling you there was.
Did you check the slides beforehand?
No. I always expect you to, know what you're doing.
There we go. I'm doing 99 yards here, boys.
Yeah, he is. But anyway, they teased the bike, which, if you've seen the Players Kai one, I mean, that motherfucker is huge. So this one is going to be, exponentially bigger, and I'm here for it. So I'm going to start saving my pennies, wait for this preorder to go up.
What company was this, Dean?
Game Toys.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
Yeah,
the same.
There it is.
They also made the Ichigo huge as fuck.
Yeah.
So I could imagine this figure is going to be a big figure.
Yeah, so there's the bike in comparison to the Players Kai. So I cannot freaking wait, dude. This is gonna be so good.
Gonna do an unboxing?
Hell yeah!
Oh shit!
As a fellow Final Fantasy VII fanatic too, did they come out with their the original game Cloud already as well? Because I know they came out with the Sephiroth, but how does that compare to the VTS one that you have?
Man, I wish I got the Game Toys one. The VTS is good. Don't get me wrong. I would actually really like to own both. But man, it's just it's proper scaled. It looks better. Like the head sculpt is phenomenal. I never found a good pre-order, and then they were sold out. So
yeah,
I completely missed it.
I have missed it as well, so I'm gonna try and find that because I want one of them, and definitely I'll try and pre-order this Advent Children one. But I definitely want something from the actual game, to complement. Is the Sephiroth, is that from Advent Children or is that from the game as well?
That's from the game.
Okay, yeah, so I'd want to try and get the pair if I can. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the Sephiroth is like around like 5, and the Cloud's like around 4, like aftermarket. I think Sephiroth was around 4, and Cloud was around like 2 something. But now they're fucking way too expensive. And then Game Toys also teased Tifa, so it's just a head sculpt for now.
Shit.
But Tifa is Bay, so
We want to see more than the head sculpt. You know what I mean?
I'm Bay too.
for sure. But yeah, Badfish asked me if I'm getting Jesse. I am. I don't know if I'm gonna get the bike, but I'm gonna get Jesse.
It's cool to see that they're already like teasing the rest of the line, man. Because with Bleach, they only did the 2 versions of Ichigo, and I don't think they ever teased anything else. So this one's obviously either it's getting more support, or that's cool though.
I mean, people fucking love Final Fantasy 7. It's like people consider it like the greatest game of all time. So
let me get this straight. If you use Bleach, Ichi's gone?
Bleach makes the Ichi come back.
Oh, so
it makes
Bleach, Ichi go. Bleach, Ichi come.
It's like I led you into that. That was perfect.
Getting a little racial.
I showed this amazing joke and I was on fucking mute. God damn it.
Oh, what did you say?
I said Game Toys when Ichi come, Ichi go.
Stealing my joke. Sure.
I know. I had to steal John's joke.
That's
Hot
when you know
Toys
you
put
hit
out-
rock bottom.
Yeah, Hot Toys. There we go. Hot Toys put out the blogger photos. We talked about this last week. They obviously, the rumor was true of the classic suit Spider-Man. Not going to really show some of the weirder photos because I actually do kind of like this release, but I think overall the color
that's not
looks
being transparent, dude.
Well, you know me, not one for transparency.
Well, that's being very transparent.
He works for Hot Toys.
Yeah, I actually said I was.
I'm not going to show you the photos that show how awful this is. I'm just going to tell you how much I like.
I mean, it's already out. People have already put their money towards this. I don't need to convince them one way or another.
Our stocks are plummeting.
Oh no, I like it. I like it a lot. I think this vibrancy, like to me, this is just ripped straight from the pages. I think this is insane.
Yeah, I think the pros outweigh the cons for sure. I think it's a great looking Spider-Man. If you aren't a fan of movie Spider-Man and you just want that classic look, I think this is a no-brainer. I love it.
Sorry. Yeah, I think it's amazing too. I love the classic look. This would have been what I wanted if they didn't do the Toby suit. Or, you know, I don't even know if they did say that they are doing that yet, but I'm just saying, like, this would have been my stand-in for the Toby suit. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think they did well. I'm going to be the voice of reason here as well, though, because everything's not 100%. I think they did well with the anatomy of the body, the pecs, the way the muscles show through the suit. They did well. The suit looks really good. The base, how intricate the base is, and how you can do different poses, that's cool. What I don't like here, and I think this is going to be part of what Zach was saying in regards to the photos he showed, was in some aspects the crotch area, the way the suit gathered in the crotch with certain poses, I wasn't happy with. I didn't like how it looked, and also raised question as to the durability of the suit over time. But other than that, from what we're seeing so far, I think it's a good release. I think it has a lot of potential.
Way to beat the dead horse there, John.
I am all in on this line, so I love it. I love the game. It's the last game that I can remember getting a platinum in on PS5, PS4, PS5. Spider-Man's, probably my second favorite superhero, so I love the classic look. I love this stuff. They do a great job with their this is the advanced suit body, I think. It does look weird in certain different. There goes another Ox airplane. It does look great in certain poses. It does look less than great in other poses. And I think that's just due to the construction of the suit with the muscles underneath the body and stuff like that. So, or above the body, underneath the suit. So, good with the bad, I guess. I think definitely the pros outweigh the cons, and I'll definitely be picking this up. It's a great classic look, and until they get into the, expand on the comic line that Zombie Deadpool's in, I think this is going to be our a good chance to get this, at least until they do something in MCU. So, yeah, I'll definitely be picking this up.
Yeah, I'm looking for any excuse not to get this, really, because this is so tempting. I loved the game, love this classic suit look. I have some concerns about like the body, like we talked about on the last stream. But yeah, this does look phenomenal. The only thing that really gives me pause is, knowing that we're going to get probably going to get so many Spider-Man from No Way Home. And so I don't want to like do Spider-Man overload, but yeah, this one is super, super tempting.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely like it. I know some of the comments are saying that the way the suit bunches, I totally agree. But I think that's really the case with any Spider-Man figure. Even in the movie, I think the suit they use for filming wrinkles, and they have to kind of edit those out to make it nice and seamless. So, unfortunately, with the figure, I think you're going to have to deal with that. It is time for a word from our sponsors.
Yeah, 1/6 Corner. We want to thank them. Their mission is to provide the best figures and collectibles to their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, fast shipping, and best in the business customer service. Collecting Weekly listeners get 10% off in-stock figures while our show is live using code CW10. That's capital CW10. You choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and leave the rest to them.
Bunch of angels. Love 1/6 Corner. Our topic of the week is saved searches. So on a lot of these, selling apps, trading apps like eBay, Mercari, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, you have the ability to save searches, and you'll be notified when those things go up. So I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at what you guys all have in your saved searches. So for me, I mainly use eBay and Mercari. So on Mercari, I'm looking for Howard the Duck CGC books. I've been kind of trying to get some of the more like 1980s Howard runs. There's a few books that I really like the art on. Gandalf Arrives, that's a Lego set. I have one set and I've built another similar set, but it's such a fun set, and so I'm always on the lookout to get one for cheap. I'm also looking for the different Eclipse Hobbit comics, so I just got one graded. I still have two more that I'd like to get graded at some point. Funko Gandalf, there's a few that are quite expensive, but every once in a while one will pop up loose, which is really what I'm looking for. For fairly cheap, I'm also looking into Frodo 1/6 scale figures. There's the Sideshow, and I want to say there's two Asmus, so always keeping an eye on those. Gandalf, of course, as you guys can imagine. And then Miles Morales Omnibus. I have the second one, but I don't have the first one. So those are books that I'm looking for. And then on eBay, again, the 1989 Hobbit. That's same as the Eclipse Hobbit over there. Gandalf 1/6. I'm always looking for Gandalf parts, so head sculpts. The sword in particular from Asmus is really nice, so trying to find another one of those. Same thing, more Hobbit Eclipse stuff. Howard the Duck 30, which is I think my favorite issue for the art. And then my Grail statue, the premium format Gandalf the Grey. I have that as a save search. The Target exclusive Unexpected Journey Bilbo minifigure. Specifically, when they sell it as just the minifigure, it goes for like $80. But you can find the Blu-ray with the minifigure sealed, and sometimes they go for like 30 or 45. So it's weird. Like, you get more stuff and it's sealed, but it's way cheaper. So that's why I have it listed like that. Because the way you list things is actually really important on these save searches. And then Batman Year One issue 404 CGC. I'm looking for that in a 9.6 or just CGC in general. And so that's kind of my save searches. I do use Facebook Marketplace, but not very often. So I decided not to include that one. But I think between both apps is about 20 things that I usually every day check in on and see if I can try to snag a deal for. I think Eddie or John, I think these might be yours, so I'll let whoever this slide is
this one's mine.
Give their thought.
Yeah, I'm not one that's necessarily looking for anything in particular. I just kind of have like my little routine. If I have any downtime, I'll just go on Facebook Marketplace and just do some searches, see if there's any good deals, either Hot Toys, or even XM Studio statues, because it's tough to get them over here. So if you have someone who's brought it over here already, see if they're looking to unload statues. Like the way I got Vader, the Mythos set was similar. They were looking to unload it, so why not? Same thing with Sideshow. I've been looking at Sideshow Mythos, trying to complete the line as well. And most recently, comics, just looking at people who are trying to unload comic collections, their entire collection, see if there's any hidden gems or anything in there. But yeah, it's something I go through routinely in the evening. Just if I've got some spare time, I'll search them and see what comes up. That's it. Nothing too exciting.
Sorry about that. So this is, I didn't submit some, but mine basically look a lot like yours all's. I try to keep it, for my saved searches, I try and keep it broad. I have a few that's just like X-Men CGC or, X-Men whatever CGC, whatever I'm looking for, I keep it broad. And then I try to have a couple that is more specific, like X-Men, the issue I'm looking for, CGC 9.8 or CBCS 9.8, etc. Just because a lot of times on eBay I found that people don't categorize their stuff appropriately. So sometimes if you keep it broad, you'll be able to get something for a better deal because people are too honed in on a very specific search. So I keep it broad and I keep it sort of narrow in two different searches to try and come up with it. In general, and I turn on notifications. That's another big one. Sometimes if a huge deal comes up, a really nice deal comes up, they do go quick. So if you can handle it, I leave notifications on for eBay, and that's how I search. So as far as what I'm looking for, comics, not so much figures. There are a few Daft Punk figures that I want to get. A few of the Medicom ones that I missed out on that are astronomical in price now that I can't afford. So I'm always looking for when those come back down to earth a little bit. But that's it in a nutshell. I try and keep it as simple as possible and just kind of do as much research as I can. And
what's happening?
Eddie, go ahead.
Wow.
So I'm kind of the same way John is. Like I don't necessarily check these every day, but this is some of the stuff I have saved. Mostly eBay are the ones where the notifications will pop up. But there's some old Sideshow clone trooper busts that they made of Rex and Cody that I would like to have in the collection someday. So, and there's not a lot of them up for sale, so I have a save search for those. The Master Chief premium format by Sideshow is also a very rare, hard statue to find for a decent price. I think there's only a couple on eBay right now, and they're usually over $2,000. So, yeah, that would be like a grail if I could ever pick that up. And then I have a couple Weta searches. Weta Skekmal from Dark Crystal and Weta Workshop Dark Crystal. Anything that pops up that's from Weta or Dark Crystal will pop up when I have those saved. And I really want to find... I'm really thinking about getting some of the 1/6 scale Dark Crystal stuff that they did. They're really cool, and I love Dark Crystal the movie, so I have those. And then Thanos 13 is obviously really the only book that I want CGC'd right now. The first appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider, so I have that saved. And then for Mercari, Juggernog Mini Fridge came out with the PS4 when it released. There was a special edition PS4, I think, that came with a Juggernog Mini Fridge. I'm pretty sure it was a PS4 and not an Xbox. I don't remember, but it was like a game care package where it came with the PS4 and a Juggernog Mini Fridge, and it's a cool little mini fridge that you could have sodas on your desk that looks like the Juggernog machine from Zombies. That's like, they sell that shit for over $500, so I'd never seen one for under $500, but I'm always looking. Marvel Universe trading cards, and then recently I added Pokemon cards, graded Pokemon cards, because I know everybody on our channel and in the network right now is into CGC stuff. I don't really care too much about graded comics, but I would love to have like a set of the 90s Pokemon cards or early 2000 cards that I had growing up. That would be cool if I could get the whole original line graded. That would be pretty cool. Star Wars Edge Galaxy hilts. Those and the Hasbro hilts I've been collecting a lot lately, so I see if any deals pop up on those. And Cosmic Ghost Rider, same thing as the Thanos 13. Anything Cosmic Ghost Rider that pops up, I like to see. And Bleach anime stuff, because there's not a lot of merchandise out there for Bleach other than like a couple things here and there. So anything that people list for those, I like to see.
Dean, what do you got?
Oh, okay. I was like, because I was about to go, and then you were like, go ahead, Eddie. I was like, oh,
well, you didn't send you had a whole week.
I don't need screenshots. I could tell you what my save
Well,
searches
I like
are.
the screenshots if I ask.
Well,
I think I'd like you to do it.
You could calm down and eat my gabagool.
All right, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
You fucking
Dean, if you keep it up, I'm going to fucking eat your ass, bro.
Dude, eat the fattest part of my ass, dude.
Do those offers stand for everyone on the panel or just...
Goddamn right, Marco.
Yeah, so my save searches, a lot of Robotech, but it's also called Macross, so I got to save the Macross as well. Final Fantasy figures, not just Final Fantasy 7. A lot of vinyl records I have on there, just if they pop up. Some that were like super limited runs that my dumbass never picked up. Lord of the Rings figures, 1/6 figure, something generic, like not very specific, because sometimes people list, it'll be like an Asmus 1/6 scale, like Frodo, but they'll just put Frodo action figures. So
that's a clutch tip right there.
Yeah, you got to put in like really broad terms. And then if putting very specific things can also be a help. So I have 3-0 Tyrion on here. Sideshow Lord of the Rings, not just Lord of the Rings. Sauron, just anything Sauron pops up, I'll see. Berserk Guts, because Guts is fucking amazing. And then figure arts, which is probably too broad of a term because they make so many fucking figures. So I'll also add Dragon Ball Z figure arts. And then a lot of brand names, so like 3-0. Hot Toys, for me, gets me a lot of Hot Wheels. I don't know about y'all, but it's very annoying.
Yeah.
So
I have that same problem.
I think it's because they put Hot Wheel toy in it.
For me, I never put Hot Toys. I just put 1/6, and most Hot Toys collectors will put 1/6 in the title.
You'll actually even get more Hot Toys if you put Sideshow Collectibles. You'll see more come up than if you actually put Hot Toys.
Yeah, for sure. I also have a few saved in here for Zach, Balrog NECA, because I know he's always looking for that. And he'll tell you, like, every once in a while I'll message him, like, yo, one popped up. And he'll be like, nah, fam, that's too much.
That's because they're like fucking $2,000 now.
You're not wrong. I'm just saying, like,
I'll never forget. I bought one at $300, and that was cheap at the time. And then I told the seller, like, hey, thanks for the great deal, because he took an offer. And I was like, if you could just do me a favor. And I think it's like the whip and the sword. I was like, if you could just bubble wrap those for me, because a lot of those break in transit. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to cancel the deal. I feel like you're going to be one of those buyers that's like real anal. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was so pissed, and I never have gotten since. I was like, I just asked if you could just, put a little fucking bubble wrap around the fucking sword. Fucking guy.
Jeez.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, and those are all on my Mercari. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I have a huge problem with my save searches on eBay. I never, ever get fucking notified.
I have that problem with Mercari.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, Mercari doesn't give you push notifications, but they pop up, when you open the app. eBay does send you push notifications, and I never get them. And it's like, I know shit's popping up under this, so what the fuck?
Did you go to your notification setting? Because I think with the new iOS, each app has its
No,
own.
like, I do get the push notification, but it's like so few and far between that it's like I know that I'm not getting all of them,
Gotcha.
And then I'm trying to think. OfferUp has like save searches, but again, it's like hit or miss with OfferUp. And OfferUp honestly is kind of sketch, so I don't really use it. Let's see, what other sales app do I have?
This is why we do slides.
Wow, Zach. Slides aren't helping the people listening, which is
actually
way more than the people watching. You dingus.
Ben Thomas said if it was on a slide, I remember this list so much better. Thank you, Ben. You fucking angel.
He's a Canadian, by the way.
Himself. Gift from the heavens. The heavens open up, and fucking
That
Ben
explains
Thomas
a
is
lot.
there.
Straight from Canada. Love you, brother.
Cuervo says hashtag we need slides.
Yeah, I love. I love. Honestly, I love Mercari. Mercari's my fucking favorite. I'm on it every day. And got some pretty banger deals thanks to the slides. Who's
the
this?
slides?
Thanks to the slides.
Is this Marco?
That's Marco, the guy that sent his slides. Sweet angel. Gift from heaven.
Yeah, because I know how to do it, Dean.
Marco, I'll fucking beat the shit out of you.
Okay, first off, Marco, 2 of your fucking save searches have typos, so it'll be fucking Cajun card.
His normal
Star-Lord Deluxe.
His normal thing is like, don't come at me on my show, but this time he's like, I'll beat this shit.
First of all,
First
of all, I'm not a very strong speller, as you can see here. So that's probably why I wasn't finding the stuff. I was like, what the heck? Nothing's popping up for me. What in the world?
Can't be a worse speller
like, I
than
know
me,
there's hot toys out there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hot HAWT toys. What the hell? But let me describe a cautionary tale, because I was during the pandemic kind of going a little hot and heavy into the eBay searches and like going back and trying to find hot toys that I maybe missed out on. But with so much stuff kind of coming out, I kind of realized I kind of had to stop looking to the past and really start like focusing on what's coming out. So that being said, there are a few that like are still grails, like the original Black Panther from a Solo movie. I've never seen a price that I was comfortable with for that one. And then the Mark 46 is one that I search, occasionally, but I'm not sniffing anywhere near where I'd pull the trigger on it. And then, these other ones, so the Cajun Card Dealer and the Symbiote Spider-Man Marvel Legends, I was able to score in our group in the Collecting Weekly Patreon chat. So that was really awesome. And so, yeah, that was really, really clutch. Shout out to Equan and to Mike in our group. So beyond that, I'm really trying to focus on what I have pre-ordered, but, I'll peruse every now and then and see if I find deals, but normally I don't on eBay.
Be honest, is your list edited, Marco? Is there?
It isn't. Yeah, GG, it is not edited because I just don't go on eBay like I used to. Like I used to be on that MFer like every day, but like I've like back to it.
Motherfucker, just say it.
I used to be on that motherfucker every day. But I probably open it like once or twice a month now because I just it just would get me into too much trouble knowing that I've got so many figures on the way or planned to get.
I wish you were here when I joined the network, Marco, because I sold half of these figures.
Bro, yeah, you hate to see it. I was a little too late.
For pretty good prices too to the fucking Patreons, man.
The Patreon chat, if you want to spend money, just fucking go to the Patreon chat. Everyone gets first dibs on these crazy figures for good prices. It's ridiculous.
First weekend, I've already blown like $350 in there. So
yeah, plus your Patreon fee, don't forget.
That's right. That's all GG. She's got that under control.
Jesus Christ, what an angel. Sam Rockwell to return as Justin Hammer in the Disney Plus series, I guess Armor Wars and Ironheart. I didn't know Armor Wars was a thing, but I know for sure Ironheart was. For some reason, I thought this guy was dead, like the actual in-universe person. I didn't realize. I thought he was like in prison.
No, you're thinking of the Iron Man 3 guy, I think.
That's probably it. Yeah. Okay, so he's going to be coming back, but who cares about that? Let's talk about what we really care about. Book of Boba Fett season finale tonight. And I want to ask you in the panel, and I want to ask the chat as well. We're going to put up a poll. Do you have high hopes for this finale? I don't particularly, to be honest. I don't know that we've gotten the runtime yet, but I'm imagining it's going to be hour-ish. Yeah. And I just think, like, Game of Thrones is like a kind of show, except for the last season, where they can really wrap everything up for the most part with a nice bow at the end of each season. and you feel like, hey, that was satisfying. Again, minus the last season. I can't imagine, and I hope I'm wrong, I can't imagine anything happening in an hour that is going to really make me happy with the season as a whole. Dean, you've been fairly critical of this show as well. What do you think? Do you think this is going to wrap up nicely in the next episode tonight?
No, I think this is just an excuse to get us to Mando season 3. So any story lines that need to get tied up won't be tied up until then. I think this is going to be a huge fucking letdown. I think it'll be good to watch. I think we'll have fun, but it's going to be like, oh, but what about all these fucking things that left unanswered? So that's what I think. Especially with the last 2 episodes having nothing to do with Boba Fett. I just don't see how anything's going to get resolved in this one last episode.
I'm in the same boat. I think it's a tough one. I think that this is just being oiled up for Mando 3. That's all. I still think we're going to get a surprise. Are we okay to talk last episode spoilers?
I would say...
Go ahead. Let it rip.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Let's do this. I think we're going to... I would say spoiler light, maybe. If that makes sense.
Okay, then there's no point. I hope that a character...
Get the banner ready.
I hope that a character that we saw gets eliminated in this next episode. Just because of how much savagery there is in this community when it comes to appearances.
Oh my God! Time out! You always talk about the exclusivity and the value.
I love it. You fucking
and now
understand?
You can't get into the book, and now you want the character to die.
I want him dead.
How dare you, John?
No,
that's
but
fucking bullshit.
I could get in the book. I'm just fucking savages out there, man. Holy mac! But I'm okay with it. You know how many people I will tell you something. No word of a lie. I will show you. On the day of that episode, I called every comic book shop in this city to check their back issues to see if they had it. Every comic book. It had to be at least 100 phone calls, and not one person had it. One guy had it, but I didn't like the deal.
John, can we please? I to be honest, this is such a good story. I think you need to tell the story.
Is he on the fucking movie poster you're showing? Then just talk about it.
He is.
Oh yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay, tell the story of what happened. Your embarrassing comic book story.
He's not gonna die, John. Sorry to break.
Okay. I don't. Okay. Anyways, what happened
Please tell the story, please.
This is gonna lead into Friday too, though. No, I'm not gonna tell it here. It's gonna lead into Friday. We'll get into that later.
Wow, you're dead to me, John.
Just because it's comic related, but regardless, I was after the book. Cad Bane. Cad Bane appeared, and it was like, fuck. I was watching this book, and and it was the same. I can't even tell the story. I was watching this book because I heard, Danny and I talk.
Just save it for Friday.
Okay, I'm gonna save it. Let's just save it. Anyways, regardless, this show, get rid of him, cut him off now, because how's he gonna continue, unless there's a regroup of bounty hunters now. But I think this is lubing up the show for the Book of Mando. Not the Book of Mando. Fuck the
Book of Boba Fett?
The Mandalorian season 3. That's all this show did. The Book of Boba. I've been an advocate saying, everyone's been saying, oh, we don't see Boba in it at all. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's the Book of Boba, but he doesn't have to be in every chapter of the book. To be honest, the best episodes were without him. So, I don't know. I think the final episode, we're still going to get a character coming in. So, be prepared. I think it's going to be a banger. I don't think it's going to disappoint. The last 2 episodes have been fantastic. I don't think the last one's going to disappoint. I'm thinking it's going to be over an hour this episode. Thinking about
I hope so.
An hour 20 maybe. But I'm so looking forward to it, I'll be honest.
John said F the flagship. Or when's it exactly? I appreciate John's effort though. And Danny says tune in Friday night for the story. Yeah, it's a really good story actually. Marco, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this finale. I think, as I stated previously, I'm really enjoying the show. And the last episode I thought was incredible. John was alluding to some, guest appearances, and I really hope that they pepper in more cameos. I think that would kind of take the show to, just even more ridiculous heights. And we just need a big battle with some of our favorite characters. And I think that would be satisfying to me. And I think I need it to be an hour and a half to hour 20, somewhere in that range, because an hour just won't be enough to wrap up or kind of like lay the groundwork for future shows. As long as we get a few scenes of Boba being a badass like he was in the last season of Mando, I think it could be a really, really satisfying finale. And if we get Cad Bane and Boba squaring off, that, you could be giving the people what they want.
Yeah, I'm definitely have mixed feelings about this. I think like kind of everybody has. I think I like the original, the beginning parts. The flashback scenes. I don't know if they were served well as flashbacks or whatever, but just them in general I liked a lot. So I'm definitely interested to see how they're going to tie everything up. But I think I'm with Dean in that there's just too much. There just seems to be too much left on the table for them to tie up, because they have to tie up basically the whole, sort of crescendo of Boba's story, as well as, sort of transitioning into, Mando season 3 and everything like that. So if it's not over an hour, it's going to be really hard to do, because it seems like it's pretty spread out as far as what's going on. So, I guess I'm trying to be positive, and I still have faith that, they'll pull something off, but we'll see. I'll save sort of overarching feelings about the show until it ends up, because, they could just, freaking knock it out of the park tonight and we'll all just be in awe. But until then, I'll reserve judgment. But so far, it's been an interesting ride. They've made some interesting choices, especially in the past 2 episodes, that are, so we'll see. I have faith, but I'm definitely like cautiously optimistic about it. So we'll see tonight for sure.
If you would have asked me 3 Wednesdays ago if I was excited for tonight, I would have told you hell no. But now I am very excited, because I think it's gotten really fucking good, and I could care less that it's not Boba Fett show anymore, because the Boba Fett they gave us sucks anyway. So that doesn't bother me at all. If they would have started off with a better Boba Fett, then I would have been like, "Where's Boba Fett?" But no, get him the fuck out of here. Anyway, I don't think the point of this show was to give us a Boba Fett story. I think it was to show us where he's at in his life right now, like where he's at in the whole universe right now. Like he's the head guy on Tatooine or whatever, and he and they're like setting up his group of gang members or whatever the fuck they are. Like, I think that was the whole point of the show, was to set him up where he's at. And so they did that in the first 4. He's the Daimo. He's got his muscle. I think they did all that. They set up the Pikes, which I think is his storyline. So maybe they do like that as a side story during Mandalorian. Like that somehow ties into Mandalorian. But I also think that it was all, like Dean said, a setup for Mandalorian season 3. So I think we will see some stuff tie up for that, but I don't ever think this was meant to be a story. I think it was meant to be more of like what's going on before Mando season 3. So I don't think that we'll see things tied up. I think the whole point of it was to start the story. So it's getting hype for season 3. So I think that is what they meant to do.
It's kind of like Captain America Civil War, where they, it's a setup for Infinity War and all the other things. It's almost like the Marvel style of storytelling.
Yeah.
Something we're going to see. Sorry, you go ahead, Zach.
Did we need all that setup though? Like, I feel like just ending it with him fucking killing Bib Fortuna is like, is much better than the 4 episodes that we got. Like, all that shit could have happened off screen. Like, I don't need to see him, fucking visiting the mayor twice and doing absolutely nothing. And like, pretty much all the dumb shit that, make that a comic or make that a
if
novel.
It was better storytelling, it would have been nice to see it.
Of course. But I just don't feel like it's added anything to the character, to be honest. I think it's taken away a lot of what a lot of the fans perceived. Especially if you really just look at it having seen him beat the hell out of some stormtroopers and just fucking murder Bib and then just do absolutely nothing since. I'll give you that, Eddie.
They succeeded in what they were trying to do, I think. They did succeed, which is nobody cares about him anymore. Now we're all hyped for Mando, and that's what they really wanted to happen.
Yeah.
And they did that.
What I would love to see is Boba actually come out of the Sarlacc pit now, and it just be like his imagination, all those episodes we saw.
Oh my
It's like
God.
it was a dream. That would be amazing. What they're going to give us, and what I really hope they don't show us, please, unless they do it properly and give us maybe a flashback or some sort of dialogue leading up to it. I just don't want to see him enter into some combat area or riding the Rancor without that training process. We saw no training whatsoever, so please don't be riding no Rancor into no battle or anything like that. That's what I say.
You wanted to see him fall off a Rancor? Like,
I don't know.
100
Yeah,
times
remember
before we-
in Mandalorian when he's with...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't even have to
Okay.
finish the sentence.
That was a good... Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even have
I'm
to
with
finish
you
it.
now.
What was that guy's name? Quill?
Quill.
When he was with Quill riding
Yeah,
the... I have a bad memory. What
Blurg.
was it?
It's not a
Blurs.
DX, but
Blurs. That was it. Blurg.
I don't
that
know.
was cool.
That was
I mean, but
pretty
John,
good.
you didn't like the one interaction you had with the Bantha. Do you really want a whole episode of him going, "That's the spot"? The whole
That's
episode.
exactly it. Like, I know,
I mean, come on.
but don't let him ride in on it, right? I just, you know what I mean?
If they
You could
gave us a
have-
training montage at the beginning, would you be okay with it at the end of the show?
Yeah, like if it was the Rancor sleeping and then it just has, you see its dreams of him training and riding on it. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Sounds
'cause
terrible.
Whatever.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff you don't need to see. Like we saw like 5 minutes of Luke's training, but we know he had more. I don't need to see all that. Fucking show me fucking Boba on a Rancor.
Yeah, I'm okay with him just showing up on a Rancor. You know, we saw that kind of training montage with Mando in season 1. I think you guys just talked about. So I mean, would have been cool, sure, but you know, and it probably could have happened in one of the last 2 episodes for sure. But I'm fine if he just shows up.
Isn't that Rancor a little too young for him to be riding as well? Still,
That's fairly large.
It is still a baby, though. I get what you're saying, but yeah.
What if it dies? That'd be sad.
that'd be great.
Don't you dare say that.
We got 27 votes on the poll. 52% say yes, they have high hopes. 48% say no. Looks like those are still trickling in. We'll leave that up for a bit. Our movie of the week was Empire Strikes Back. The adventures continue in Star Wars. In this Star Wars sequel, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca face attack by the Imperial forces and its AT-AT walkers on the ice planet Hoth. While Han and Leia escape in the Millennium Falcon, Luke travels to Dagobah in search of Yoda. Only with the Jedi Master's help will Luke survive when the dark side of the Force beckons him into the ultimate duel with Darth Vader. This is a good movie. This is a really good movie. And in fact, it's actually a movie that, other than a few very minor changes, and I think most for the better, is relatively unchanged from the original. There's, I think I mentioned last week, the windows added in Cloud City, the Emperor replaced with the prequel Ian McDiarmid Emperor, which I think is a net positive. But yeah, great story. Obviously, the production of this film had some kind of hiccups. Mark Hamill was in a really bad car accident. They had to kind of work that into the plot. The interesting thing is when they filmed the "I Am Your Father" scene. Fun fact: they said a certain line on screen and then dubbed in the "I am your father." I believe the line they used in filming was "Obi-Wan killed your father." And so that was like a big secret that the rest of the cast did not learn about until the movie aired. And supposedly it's something that Lucas himself didn't really think of until pretty much right around the time that was shot. So, you know, we always kind of say like the sequel trilogy didn't have a plan, but to be honest, it could. I mean, I guess it worked out here. Definitely worked out here. But yeah, please don't
do that. Don't do that.
How long do you have, Dean?
Don't compare the sequel trilogy at all, please.
This is such a good comparison. I love it. Useby says we should do another poll. AT-AT or AT-AT. Let's do that. That sounds fun. So looks like yes won the last vote. I'll get this poll queued up, and then Dean, tell me what your thoughts are on The Empire Strikes Back.
The greatest film sequel of all time ever. Fucking near flawless movie. I don't think I could say enough good things about Empire, and it's funny because like it's usually like everyone's favorite Star Wars movie. Like everyone's like, oh, Empire. But like there's a fucking like solid reason why. Like it's just a fucking amazing movie. It's like a safe bet, like, oh, Empire, like, but there's a reason why. You know, it's just stunning, dude. Just the leap in technology from the first one to this one, the miniatures used, the camera techniques, the storytelling, you get like way more Vader, which is so good. Introduction of Boba Fett, Lando Calrissian, brothers and sisters making out. I'm just kidding. I think was that you, Eddie, who said that earlier today?
Yeah, he's so happy.
The whole bit with the space worm. What's it called? Where they're
What am I?
Yeah, where they land
Fuck,
inside
it's
the
on the
worm.
tip of my tongue.
I know the Minox are the little things, but I don't remember the name of the space worm.
Oh, it's like the trash compactor monster. That one always stumps me.
Graboid.
It's the Dianoga. Yeah. I'm gonna look it up right now.
But anyway, that
Asteroid.
scene, like, it's so good. In fact, on my dating
Exogorth.
profile,
I would not have got that.
Oh, on my dating profile, I have, if you could tell me the odds of successfully navigating an asteroid field, you might be the one. And like, I got that from this movie. Like,
He's gotten 0 responses.
Yeah,
you're not wrong, but hey, I know I'm a man who knows what I want, you know. Star Wars is a huge fucking part of my life, and if you can't tell me, then fucking go to hell and die. I'm just kidding. Sorry. No, but for real. I didn't really like that one. He tickled in pain.
You fucking got him.
But yeah, this movie just, it's so amazing. I love this movie. I still personally pick A New Hope over Empire, but by like the fucking smallest of margin, and only because you couldn't have Empire without A New Hope. So, yeah, two of the greatest films of all time.
All right, guys, ready for this?
Wow, Nicoolio said toxic masculinity. Sorry, I guess.
Let's just get this out of the way.
Ran him.
Empire Strikes Back, 1980, 8.7 out of 10, IMDb, and 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not bad, around 94. Okay, listen.
It's a good
This brought me back.
That's where I thought you were going with that, to be honest. I'm sorry.
No. All right, sorry, John. Go ahead.
Are we ready?
Is he frozen? I'm frozen.
No, we're not frozen. I'm just patiently
He cuts
waiting
off
for
people all the
for the
time
level.
to tell jokes, and whenever someone cuts him off to
He
tell
gets
a
all
joke,
upset.
Well, the joke is one thing, and
I'm like, John, are you ready? And he's fucking bidding on what not. Fucking. Oh, I'm sorry.
I wasn't bidding on whatnot unless you could prove it.
Check his
Anyways.
profile, please. Someone check his profile.
Do I need to?
Everyday_collector.
Do I need to repeat what I just said about the statistics?
Yes.
Or we're good?
Yes.
Okay. We ready? Okay. 1980, 2 hours and 4 minutes runtime. We're at 8.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 94% Rotten Tomatoes. Listen, this brought me back today. A scene brought me back to when I was a kid, and that scene was when they're on Hoth and they bring down the AT-AT with the cable. That back in the day, 1996, I used to play on my N64 the Shadows of the Empire, and you had to do that exact same mission. That brought me back today. This movie's fantastic. Like Dean said, the character reveals. This is where Boba started. Like, this is where it is. This is where we're at the Book of Boba. Well, this is what started it. I love in the beginning Han and Leia's love-hate relationship. You know, they care about each other, but they keep going back and forth, the cat and mouse. And the relationship he had with Luke, going back to actually save him. He's like, I'm not leaving until I go and save my friend. For me, another epic moment was Vader in the. You watch Vader in A New Hope, and you see him leading up to that scene in the meditation chamber, and you always think, well, what does he look like underneath? And then you just get that little smidget of view of his skin and how it's scorched, and it just, you get to use your imagination as to, well, what the heck does the rest of his face look like? That to me was like one of the best moments in the film. For this, it's tough between this and A New Hope, just because A New Hope was like the first time you get the bang of Star Wars on the screen. What are these? Look, these guys, look at Eddie. He's laughing. He's typing something about me. I flippin' know it. He's typing. Dean's laughing. Something's going on here. I flippin'
What the fuck is a smidget?
Wait, a smidget?
A smidget's a word.
That's a word.
A smidge. A smidge or a smidgen.
Okay, Google it.
That's
a smidget.
Fucking,
what he
that's
said
a fucking
is
slur, bro. I think
is
you're
a slur.
talking about Jesus Christ, John, a smidge. Oh my God.
I apologize. Isn't
Okay,
a smidget something small?
Since we're already
Bro, I'm
Who's inside R2D2?
Stop. Okay, first off, you start off talking about the greatest movie of all time, maybe, by talking about the runtime. How dare you? 107 minutes. How dare you?
Oh my lord.
Oh, clip that, please.
I saw Yusufi's face and Eddie because I was like, what?
Hold on. A smidget. What? I'm going to pull up the definition of it.
Wait, did you say smidgen or smidget?
No, he said smidget.
Jesus Christ, there's a rapper named Lil Smidget.
Little smidgy vert, dude.
All right, regardless, you get my point. A little, whatever the hell you want.
That wasn't better.
Whatever the hell you want to call it.
Oh, wow.
There is a...
Hold on a second. I know these guys aren't flipping coming after me for.
Bro, I'm about to pass out.
Jesus. Oh, man.
Später. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, a smidget. SMIDGET. Can I have a smidget of salt? It means a little bit of something.
He's looking at
Hello.
the Canadian.
That seems
You're gonna come after me, buddy. I'm a flippin'. I know what I say. Not a smidgen with an N. I don't know what that is, but a smidget is just like a tiny fraction of something. Anyways, great movie. I told you the appearances in here. Lando, Boba. This is where it all started. That meditation chamber scene. Beautiful. Absolutely love this film. Brought back so many memories. Thank you. I'm excited for next week. Who's next?
Oh my god.
So yeah, what can I say about this movie that hasn't already been said, right? An incredible film and just like so many essential Star Wars moments in here. It's just a smidget longer than I would, prefer, but so many essential
solid.
So many essential Star Wars moments, like the Hoth, Luke and the Tauntaun, like that is just so visceral. I will always remember seeing that as a kid. All of Yoda's wise words on Dagobah, like incredible. And then Han in the carbonite chamber, right? Like just like so many standout Star Wars moments that when I think about Star Wars, I often am just thinking about Empire. So yeah, incredible movie. Nothing bad to say about it.
When did you watch it?
Last week. No, I watched it when I was a kid. I was probably like 5 years old the first time I watched it.
Glad you came prepared. Eddie.
You hate to see it. Okay, I love this movie, but there's a couple things that I'll like that my adult mind, which is not far off from my child mind, thinks of now when I watch it. And the first one is when Luke thinks he's dying on Hoth. Obi-Wan's like, "Stop being a bitch, dude. Like, you're gonna go to Dagobah after this." Obi-Wan doesn't even care that he's fucking dying. He's like, Ben, and he's like, "Look, you're gonna go to the Dagobah system." I'm like, this motherfucker's dying, man. And all he's like, "You're gonna go to the Dagobah system. You're gonna train with Yoda." I was like, he doesn't give a shit. He's like, fuck it, let him die. I was like, I feel like there should have been something else in that scene there, but That's what I was thinking during that. And then there was another scene where I was like, oh, when Han is being tortured before he goes into the, was it cryogenic, whatever the fuck he was. Anyway, before that he gets
carbonite.
Carbonite. There you go.
Cryogenic.
They're torturing him, and he fucking goes into the cell with Chewie, and then Leia comes in, and he's like, they didn't even ask me anything. I was like, this motherfucker's all wiped out and shit. He's like, they didn't even ask me any, like, interrogating questions. He made it seem like I would have fucking talked, but they didn't even try. That shit was making me laugh, dude. But it's a great movie. I love Empire. And obviously, yeah, the Hoth fight scenes are amazing, and they're very nostalgic. And then I couldn't stop thinking during the Wampa scenes that, like, damn, I can't wait to see Danny's Wampa unboxing, man. That's gonna be a badass piece. But yeah, great movie.
Yeah, just to kind of echo what Marco was saying, it's oftentimes when I'm nostalgic about Star Wars, it's about this movie. It seems like it's 3 movies in one. I mean, Hoth in and of itself could be just a nostalgia trip, and it's only the first part of this movie, and then the whole Cloud City scene could be a whole other thing too, and that's just part of the movie. And the whole Dagobah scene, Luke becoming a Jedi or learning, the Force, that could be its whole other movie, but it's just a scene in this movie. And so I think, yeah, to quote, to echo everyone, I think this is the best of the trilogy. Depending on what I'm watching, sometimes I'll love Return more, sometimes I'll love this more, but I think overall this one's always been my favorite for a lot of reasons, like everyone said. First appearance of Boba Fett, Vader being a badass, the Hoth in general, the snow speeders and taking down the AT-AT by looping around. I thought that was so freaking cool when I was a kid. And yeah, man, and just even the I love you, I know, between Han Solo and Leia is just like so perfect and so awesome. And me and my wife still say that shit. Yeah, me and my wife still say that shit to each other. So, yeah, it's just, wow. I love this movie. You can't go wrong. The huge reveal with Vader and Luke. Landau being a sexy mofo, just how you do Chewbacca the whole time.
Say it again. Who? Yeah, huh? Who
did you say?
Lando.
What was that? Landau?
Lando Calrissian, baby.
Wow.
Did I say Landau?
Landau.
Yeah, I heard
Landau
sorry. Too.
Landau. Yeah, he's my friend Landau. No,
that's his cousin.
It's his cousin. Yes, yeah. But yeah, to echo everything, I won't repeat everybody, but yeah, fantastic movie, love it, 10 out of 10 for me. We'll see again, have seen, I watch it like once a month, so yeah.
Did anybody, just to quickly mention, did anybody get the feels when Luke was in Dagobah with Yoda? The latest...
Did you just say Dagobah?
What is wrong with everybody today?
Dagobah.
Yeah, Dagobah.
Dagobah.
Okay, well, regardless, Zach, the flipping, you're like a smidget of my patience.
Wow. How dare you?
Did you get any feels
on purpose now.
Watching the last Mando episode or Boba episode with the training of Grogu? I got the feels. I appreciated it more, to be honest. You guys can speak, right? We're live. Hey, this is a show. Everyone's like, maybe someone unpress the mute button and say a word.
Maybe you're unglitching. You stopped talking for like half a second, and then you started screaming.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on the question.
The wrong way, bro.
The question is, didn't you guys get the feels?
Did you guys get the feel? I did. Talk, goddammit!
Jesus. Time out. I'm gonna go back to that real quick. We're gonna pull up the tape on that one. That was aggressive, John.
Are you serious?
Damn it!
Time out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did anybody, just to quickly mention, did anybody get the feels
Let's hear this.
when Luke was in Dagobah with Yoda? The latest...
Did you just say Dagobah?
What is wrong with everybody today?
Dagobah.
Yeah, Dagobah.
Dagobah.
Okay, well, regardless, Zach, the flipping, you're like a smidget of my patience.
Wow. How dare you?
What, did you get
He's
any
saying it on
feels
purpose now.
watching the last Mando episode or Boba episode with the training of Grogu? I got the feels. I appreciated it more, to be honest.
You ended that sentence like 6 times.
You know, you guys can speak, right? We're live, eh? This is a show. Everyone's like,
Jesus, John. No one knew to talk because you ended that sentence like 8 fucking times.
To be fair, John, I understood what you were asking. I just was waiting for people to go. But the only thing I kept thinking was Yoda is such a better master than Luke is.
Fuck
He
Luke,
trained
dude.
Luke
Luke's a
way better than Luke is training Grogu.
we saw that in the sequels.
Yeah.
How many years does he have on him, though? You know.
That is
That's true.
Surprisingly, this is crazy to me. 54 at 46 AT. That
Whoa.
honestly surprises the hell out of me.
54% is wrong. That's crazy.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
Now,
it's
okay.
always been AT.
AT&T.
Normally,
Trust your service provider.
Oh, he froze. I was like, normally what?
I thought he was shocked at that joke. That was
okay,
minty fresh.
the whole AT thing. Normally, I would agree it's AT and not at, but the original commercial for the toys clearly says at.
Fake fans.
I have
What is
no
happening?
preference.
Dean is like in the Matrix.
I'm
today.
bi
I think-
at.
I think
I
the
go
only
both
reason why AT is because it's ATST, and why would one be at and one would be ATST? So
Makes
that's
too much
why I
sense,
was
Sean.
ATST, I think my
I
neighbor
say
had
at
that
street.
problem.
I say at street.
John, that was a pretty good joke,
Straight.
man. I'm gonna give you props on that one.
Don't give him props. Let's carry on here. I think we beat the horse dead on that one. Marco, plug your channel, please. We got 53 people watching. Let's talk about 16 Fix.
Yeah, so I will say we are on Apple Music now. We're pulling our pod from Spotify, so no, totally joking on that. So what is that? So I will also say we're doing more live streams. So yeah, so we're trying to target like Saturday mornings, and so we will we're trying to do Saturday around 11 Pacific time. Just really, really dumb conversations. We had a lot of the same folks from the Collecting Weekly chats in there, and it gets off the rails really quick talking about bidets, and when we're just trying to do unboxings. We recently did a Green Ranger, we did Venom, and we'll be doing the Cajun Car Dealer here coming up soon. And then we're also just doing kind of our normal podcast without video, so a little bit of each coming up here. So yeah, go check it out, please. It's 1/6 Fix, so not ONE. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely check them out. They're doing great things. I know, Marco, you reached out to one of our Patreonies to come on in the future, so that's really cool. And then hopefully I'll be able to join you soon. I think we're trying to do this Saturday morning. I don't know if that's planned for a live show or what, but I know I'm planning to be on your podcast soon. Look at that.
Yeah, that'd be
got another lady in the chat. Wow, look at us. It's like
so I will
2
say
more than
Jay
we
right
normally have.
there. She was on one of the episodes of our podcast with her husband Gold, and we talked about sneakers, and so that's a really great episode.
Wow, shout out. Yeah, definitely go check them out. Marco, do you want to drop your link in the private chat? I'll forward that.
Yeah, let me get there right now.
Dean, let's say thank you to the ladies and gentlemen that keep the network afloat.
Even fucking Marco has a problem finding his goddamn channel. Yeah, just a quick shout out. Sean Fear, Ian Seavey, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Lima Hernandez, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, Ruben K.S. Rivera Jr., David Jones, Sam Gist. Is it Gist or Gist? I'm assuming it's Gist. Sam, let us know. Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Crett, Thin Old Fern, King Zach, Cesar Mariquin, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick DeGregorio, Alvin Jules, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, The Illustrious Rainer, Alad Morgan, Seth Tucker, Scott Smith, Don Mayton, Bo LeBoy, Jimmy James, Stephen Percha, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer. Very
Wow.
cool. What a bunch of guys. What a bunch of angels.
What a bunch of angels. We have 2 stickers coming out in February, the Oxfather Gandalf sticker and the Pete Aragorn sticker. We also have the, let me solo cam myself, the Dopey Duck NFT sticker if you're a Patreonian, join the Discord for that. And then if you're in the top tier, I think I only have one left, but our Spooderman art sticker, which is very exclusive. You love to see it.
I thought Sam took that one. He didn't. So
I guess Sam did take it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so look at that. Thank you, Eddie, for that. Yeah, so Sam, I believe, claimed the last one of those, so I guess they're sold out. Our most limited sticker yet. In March, we have 2 stickers we're going to do as per usual. One is the holographic Pose Wars sticker, and if we don't do a small talk sticker, just depends on Dylan, I think the fans have asked for it, and we're going to work on a Jumbo Baby sticker. I've already kind of given Manny some rough ideas of what I'm looking for.
Wait, really quick. Sam is in the chat. He says it's like list, but I said gist or gist, so they're both like list.
Wow.
I'm assuming it's gist.
He's only a Patreon for 1 week, and we've already.
I know. I'm sorry, Sam. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, you can join our Patreon. We have 3 tiers. The $5 Sweet Angel tier, sticker sent straight to your door, and access to over 100 episodes of Ox After Dark replay. $15 gets you the certified crispy certificate, figure fix assistance, and all the benefits of the first tier. $25 gets you the 18x24 silhouette poster and doubles all the stickers we send. We're about a month and a half out for the posters with our print shop, so stay tuned for that. They will be shipped as soon as they're ready. And yeah, look at that. Badfish says you got the gist of it. Our YouTube channel members, Mojo Z78, OG Fan, Absolute Irwin, The Pembricas, Test Just One, Mark Pearson, DK Avenger 702, Ben Thomas, OMFG Rick, Justin Harass, Mike Oxlong, Paul Schreiber, S Beam, Andrew Gibo, Andres IB, and CC3PO. A bunch of angels there. You can join the membership. It's 99 cents if you're a Patreon member, or $2.99 if you are not. Benefits are you get loyalty badges, special emojis you can use in the chat, and member shoutouts. Here's a look at the network. We have CW Live, After Dark, Live Unboxing. Live and Let Dice just had a great episode of that last Saturday. OFAC Podcast, In and Outs of Collecting, Bricks and Brews, which is our amazing Lego show hosted by Usby, Pose Wars, Small Talk, The Ringcast, and our newest show, Collectors Club. Here's a look at the schedule for the rest of the week. We have After Dark tomorrow at 10:30. Thursday, 2:30 is OFAC. 10 o'clock p.m. is Collectors Club. And 10 o'clock p.m. Saturday is Pose Wars. John, tell us about Collectors Club.
Yeah, guys, this is exciting. Myself, Danny, and Eddie, we're kicking off a bi-weekly show to go on the off week of In and Outs, every bi-weekly on Friday. Just to, chill, guys. This is, we titled it the Collectors Club. It's a place where everybody's going to come in. We're going to relax, grab a drink, some snacks. I want you guys to sit back, enjoy your Friday night. We're going to talk about the statues, the statue news we miss out on the off week. We're going to talk comics. We're going to talk a whole bunch of stuff. I really want to get the community involved with this show. So I want to hear opinions. I want to see collections. I'm going to focus on doing showcasing people in the community and their collections.
Wow.
I really
Eddie, a member. Wow.
Are we fucking serious right now?
What a guy.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Eddie stole your thunder, John.
Okay.
Tell him.
Tune in for Friday, guys. Tune in for Friday. Just come on by Friday, and we'll have a good time. We'll have an introduction on Friday, and let you know how we're gonna conduct the show going forward. But appreciate the support, guys.
Very excited for that.
There's no respect here, Cuervo. There's no respect, Cuervo.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That's how I felt last night. I was getting interrupted left and right. Here's a look at our socials. We have Collecting Weekly Facebook, which is the Facebook page. We also have auxiliary for our Facebook group on Instagram at Collecting Weekly, at Collecting Weekly _clips, at the _everyday _collector, and at in and outs of collecting for Inoc. We also have TeePublic. If you guys want to buy a shirt and support the Empire, that would be super cool. We put up a bunch of designs there. We also have the CW 2022 logo if you guys want to check that out. John, do me a favor. Can we read the Friends of the Show tab for me, please?
Yeah, definitely. We got the 6-Scale Scavengers, we got Optical 20, the Paradox Nerd, KG Collector, JB Collection, Rogue 16, Boogie Manny, Third Party Reviews, DCX, 1/6 Scale Man, Will Foxification, Just Another Friday Night, 6-Scale Reviews, Casual Nerd Problems, Cash to Gemini, P Rockzilla, 1/6 Fix, El Profesoro, and 6-Scale Mafia. Guys, give these guys a subscribe. Great content coming out of them.
Thank you for that. I had to cough right there. Big shout out to everyone in the chat. This is one of our most active chats that we had today. Tons of interaction with the polls. I think we're going to try to do that to incorporate the chat more. But yeah, you guys were great tonight. I know, Dean, you had some friends in the chat. Marco, you too. So shout out to all those people watching. Look at that. Eddie's trying out the new buttons. Look at the smile, dude. So happy. You got the peps, the fuck that guy, the 9.8 baby. I think so the thing is you get so many emojis, right, Eddie? And as you get more members, you unlock more. So when we unlock the next batch, I think we need I think it's 4 more. We'll do a Jumbo baby once we get that sticker design. So.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dean the Dream Martin, do you have any shout outs you want to give?
God, that was a shout out I wanted to give and I completely forgot what it was. Shoot. Come back to me.
Gigi says shout out to Kevin.
Anyone else have a shout out they want to give?
Shout out to John starting his new show. Congratulations, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And I did not mean to steal your thunder with the membership.
Okay, brother. I know.
My bad, bro.
I appreciate it. Don't worry.
That was gonna happen. So yeah, Friday is an exciting day, guys. We're gonna have some fun. So
I'm gonna try our best.
I want to give a shout out to John too, man. That's an exciting adventure you're embarking on. So yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I appreciate that, Marco.
And then for you being such a good sport for us harassing you constantly. And then a shout out to my wife, Gigi, who keeps me humble, even when I'm having a bad show like tonight. You know, she just really will tear me down just to build me back up. And then, Zach, shout out to you and a question for you. On After Dark, have you ever discussed Fison bodies and why they come with the anatomy that they do? Because I'm still so curious. Okay.
I think probably at least 3 or 4 times. It's always funny. We have a picture, in fact, of 50 Fison penises, and they spell out 1/6. In fact, you can probably use that for your logo. I know you're looking for a thumbnail.
Yes, let's go. All right, please. Very on brand right there. All right.
I have to look up. My God, what was that?
What was that?
How dare you, Dean?
Sound?
I'm gonna give.
I know that.
Can
was
I give a shout out?
How dare you? Yes, please.
It wasn't.
Shout out to Baby Girl 1707. Just kidding.
Shout out to Jay.
I want to give one shout out real quick. Shout out to Victoria, my wife.
Yeah.
It is her birthday today.
Damn, that's what it was.
That's what I was gonna do. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna do the same shout out.
Victoria.
Look, I'll say this.
Birthday, Victoria.
Happy birthday.
Sorry.
First off, 30 years old. Love to see it. I've said this before. I'll say it again. But every minute that I am with you guys, she is
thankful,
holding down the fort, taking care of BB. Get the fuck out of here, John. Keeping the house in order so that I could be here with all you lovely people fucking around. So it is. She is a wonderful person, wonderful wife, wonderful partner. She is my rock when you guys fucking stress me out and we're up till 4 a.m. yelling at each other.
Oh.
She is always.
It's happened.
So I love you, and I wish you the happiest of birthdays.
Huge congrats, Victoria.
Yay!
Anyone else have a shout out?
I'll just shout out. Thanks for having me on. It's my first time on the main show. I've been on basically all the other ones. So
whoa, is it really
fun time? Yeah, fun time being on the main show. So yeah, and it's AT not at just.
That's right, Sean.
As a final time.
Let's not get too excited with that.
You're wrong.
Yes, Fatfish. I took her out to dinner last night. I gave her the gabagool. Went to Italian restaurant, so that's not a joke.
Hey,
and
Manaj.
Gabagool. Gave her a really nice birthday present. So
it wasn't guacamole. It was marinara. Hey.
Jesus Christ.
Plus the good old Baldo, you know.
Jesus Christ.
He has never used it, Marco. We've tried to get
it. Mint
into
in
well,
sealed box.
that's what he says.
Dean won't help me with it, so. Anyways, if anyone doesn't have any more shout-outs, we're gonna kick this one off. No? Anyone? I'm gonna yell at you guys after 1 second, like John.
End this freaking stream already, sack up. Peace, guys.